let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And now we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning. You wonder how I got this way. Think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Something redemption ever came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again.
Crawling around
searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly, I can fly. I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly.
The seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but delightful to live through. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason, but I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. Seasons turn and change just like your mind. Like the sun gives into the moon, into the night. Time continues marching, it slowly crawls. With each new one starting, I recall. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Maybe this time next year you'll reappear for no reason, but I'll cherish every day until you come my way this season. Time of year carries memories like a never fading whisper in the breeze. Oh, we will keep on changing all over again. Yeah, we will keep on changing just like another season. Don't want another day without you by my side. Oh, this season. You came into my life just like another season. Not for long, just a time, just like another season. Just like another season.
Still as a breeze, a river flowing deep. Don't wanna leave the air you breathe. Living mirrors dreams when I think of you and me. Don't wanna leave the world you see, and I will hold you down if love is still alive. It's all forgiven to my eyes. The tide has turned around. Just listen to the sound. Two hearts beating, beating time. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah. It's all forgiven
in my head again. You had your heart set on me, but these feels, they come and go, and they come so easily. Tell me what it is about you that I can't forget, but you're breaking down my walls again, just to set me free. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Staying up when I go out, you gotta know I'm all yours. But when I say what's that about, you start slurring your words. Tell me why you have to seem so distant when I'm holding you. Your fingertips are drifting away, and I fucking love how it hurts. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I? Why do I, baby, why do I? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling?
Seeing monsters out your window. No, you can't sleep, you pretend though. You don't have to play the hero. 'Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat.
When you found me
shine. You know I'll come running when you need. I'm coming. You know I'll come running. If you go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarm and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army. If you go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarms and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Yeah. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy, but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah. Lion's gonna come. The birds have just begun. We will always take a stand for the people, for the land. Let's go back to when we were young. For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the land. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk. Savannah, I'm coming home. Savannah, we'll never be alone. Savannah, the beauty of the world. Savannah, let's all take a walk.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning. You wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, 'cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment, 'cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption.
I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly. I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly.
I don't think it's even going to be competitive. I think Alliance is going to smash them. They're confident enough to make that video. The secret is out. They could be the ones.
They have to, right after that video. They made that.
Go the pig too. Everything's out.
I was talking.
You're too late. The pig's gone. We don't need to hear that again, guys.
I think if you make a video like that, I mean, you better put your money where your mouth is.
Oh, I'm just energized now.
They're coming in. This has way more meaning to Alliance. So
yes.
This allows them to state, you know, we beat the 4 best teams in this group.
Yep.
We're the best team in
5
Europe.
seconds
We're going to
remaining.
the major. We're going to bear that flag. And the added benefit of we won't have to play this
Alliances turn to
absurd
ban.
TI qualifier.
That's-
I thought you were going to say group stage because of
Realistically-
both.
They're both pretty upset.
Yeah, they're both
Realistically,
pretty absurd.
OG and Nigma, the number 1 and number 2 from TI,
Yeah.
will probably be playing in the TI qualifier
Unless-
if one of them doesn't go win the major.
Yes. All right. Well, let's see what
Just saying.
the drafts are going to be here. I'm very curious. So far, every third game that Alliance has won, and a lot of the games other than that as well,
5
we have
seconds
seen Limp
remaining.
on his Dragon Knight. I don't know how Alliance gets their hands on it
Alliances
every
turn to
time.
pick.
You just don't
But I
feel
just
nice
want to see it
banning
at some point
Secrets
banned out.
turn
We're going to have the first pick coming out from Alliance. Team Secret will therefore get overall last pick. Don't think anybody is surprised by too many of the bans coming out. We saw Nisha, Storm Spirit already in action. Don't want to deal with that. Grimstroke, Beastmaster, Puck. All
10
pretty
seconds
straightforward.
remaining.
Nothing out of the ordinary. Centaur first pick. Nothing out of the
5
ordinary. If
seconds
anything's
remaining.
out of the ordinary is coming out.
It's
Team
out.
Secret, this is what they would have prepared for. This is what
Team
they
Secret's
would go out of the
turn
box
to
for, but
Okay.
not that surprising, I guess.
This is what Alliance has done all season long, though. Like,
Yeah.
they're sticking with the fundamentals.
And
Smash
yep.
Mouth Dota 2,
It works.
3 beefy cores, a whole bunch of stuns.
Yeah, but the game that they played, Io, it was against Thunder, it was game 2. They
10
played Io
seconds
Luna.
remaining.
Did not work out.
Yeah.
I hope it's a different pairing.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be doing that again.
5 seconds.
And, they're
It's
taking a
more
bit
of
more time. to talk.
core Wisp, right?
Well,
And,
it had the flexibility. When they
yeah.
last played it, it was a support IO enabling a core
Alliances
Luna. This was a Luna that was
turn to
complete free farm. They played it offlane. This time it is the gyrocopter.
But I'm not a fan of Gyro into Centaur. Nor do...
Because
like,
Stampede and you just run away from everything.
wasn't there a stat like support Wisp at the major had won like 1 game and core Wisp didn't lose?
Yeah, that was
Yeah, but that was pre-patch.
Yeah.
10 seconds
Sure.
remaining.
So I think the idea though is when you see the Centaur, it's
5
going to give this
seconds remaining.
IO gyro like a free time to also farm out their lane. They can utilize the
Alliances
tri-camp
turn to
secret.
ban.
Often when they pick
Leave.
IO, at least that one game, they did go aggro dual lane just so they could get the stats going and just go full farm mode. But Alliance,
This is...
such a strong pick with the Lena.
Yeah.
Centaur Lena. Lena's very strong in the
Lena-
patch. The passive is now
Lena's-
better.
Lena's stock is on fire right now. Like, it's just straight to the top. It's now a
10
first 2 pick. I
seconds
think it
remaining.
won't be long before it's first 2 ban, especially against Wisp. Ton of burst damage. What do you...
5
She,
seconds
because Sheever
remaining.
likes playing it, and if you talk about it now,
Yeah.
and teams do well,
I just don't want to get a
Got
nerve.
you.
Thank
It is-
you.
it's
I
gotta
mean,
get-
it's an okay pick.
But
You,
the key
you
thing
double
is,
stun on the reload end too.
Yeah,
and
it's very
burst the
good.
Wisp.
It is very
oh, it's
good.
yeah. The key thing is the reason why Lena is back to being viable is because of her passive allowing her to stack up the right click, attack speed, and with that chip behind such
Yep.
beefy offlaners, you get
Above
to have
average
presence.
range too. More than
10
600
seconds
attack
remaining.
range. 625, right?
Not a lot of them.
Please
5
don't ban it in my
seconds
pubs.
remaining.
I'm not. I'll check it. We'll check the books.
Check the books. We got Tusk
Alliances
banned out.
turn to ban.
Which is surprising because we recently, like, I guess Yapster is one of the few position 4s that still plays a lot of melee position 4s, and we had
Sorry, Carl was really happy about this attack range thing, Sheever.
What is it?
670.
It's Clinks
Oh.
with 625. Alina has more. Wow. I didn't realize that.
10 seconds remaining.
Great.
AA is 675.
yeah, they buffed it recently.
Wow. That, dude, people should pick more
Attack
AA.
range aside, sorry, what were you saying, Sheever?
I was saying that recently we've seen spellcasting position 4s be more popular than melee position 4s, apart from when you're talking about Team Secret.
Yep.
10
Again, the
seconds
main
remaining.
reason here is the offlane is getting picked, enable those fours.
Yep.
We're moving
5
away from the
seconds
ranged
remaining.
offlaners back to the aura buying offlaners with a bit more initiation, unlocking these big damage dealers.
We were seeing like Viper Tusk in the off lane. Now we're
Yes.
Lena Centaur.
But what I'm saying is that Alliance still ban out those melee position 4s because Yapsor is the only one that
Yeah.
still picks
nice.
those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Dota, I think, who was it talking about in the interview? It might have been Yaps, or it was probably Zai. This is the sort of thing
10
Zai would say, but
seconds remaining.
you look around the regions, and you can see a lot of different ideas
5
of Dota
seconds
that
remaining.
all work. It's really just coming down to the
Team
preference of the
Secrets
players.
turn to
So,
ban.
to Yapsor, I wouldn't be surprised if he plays Earthshaker when things come to crunch time.
But that's where Secret, they are forever have been a team that is very slow in the way that they play. where they allow their opponent to come to them. Like, think about how Virtus Pro have been playing in their series recently. It's a big scrim partner for Secret. They don't cross the river, they allow their opponent to come to them, and then they punish.
Are they still after their major performance?
Maybe not.
Play somebody else. Yeah. EG, can you play on pink?
It's turn to pick.
All right, we got Sven as the last ban coming out.
Yeah, it's a solid ban. That is, I think, another hero we're going to see a lot more of.
Yeah.
The cleave is just so good. And
well, mainly into gyro. It's one of the this is where
too.
Secret's bans are simply the idea of we picked our gyro, we're going to ban out the win conditions that we feel would counter us.
Well, it's also, I think we're just back to more of this ancient stacking meta. And Sven, like all these Battle Fury carries, well, Sven has one built in and can go full fighting items.
There's one thing that I feel like Team Secret should get in their next two, not necessarily hero-wise, but more like one thing that they should cover. Because Alliance is doing great on the stuns. Team Secret, not so much, and I feel like they will need to, because otherwise, Centaur, you hit Stampede, and they're just gone.
Yeah, like
Rubik, perhaps?
Tiny. Okay. So this is a little bit, it's their mid hero, most likely for Nisha to play. But from Alliance, again, the idea of the bans, the Tusk and Nixies, is both supports that can unlock the fight where they open up to the relocate.
That's also very good to take third, because Alliance might be thinking Tiny in this spot with all the stuns. And it's Limp. Like, I actually I played with this man. I lived with Limp for years.
And he loved the Tiny?
Multiple games. If you ever say, hey, do you want Tiny?
He just says yes?
He will say yes.
All right.
There's some games he would say no. It's like a terrible, terrible matchup. But if you pushed him, he would still play Tiny.
Happy he has a filter on it.
Legit, I think there's not many hero player combinations that you can say, yep, that's the best person on this hero. Limp is the best Tiny. He just is. He has been for years.
Is Limp also not a really good Lina? I seem to remember that, but I don't know why. I haven't seen him play it in a while, though.
He is, but I don't think that you...
Well, when you think of him, you think of DP, DK, and then Carl added the...
When I think of Lina, I think of Sumail. I think of maybe Thompson more so.
You can still play it though.
It's a stylistic thing. Limp is your initiator. He's a bruiser, and a lot of these other mids, Thompson as an example, prefer this flashy spellcaster style. Pugna is another example.
Yep. Now there's one thing that is very obvious when you're the best Tiny player. You also know what is best against Tiny.
Yeah.
And you know how to play that because you know how annoying it is to play against. So I'm curious to see what Limp will get his hands on for that. I am very excited for the Warlock, though. I've seen this be a very dominant hero with the Fatal Bond.
So TA used to be really nice against Tiny. I think you win the lane. The thing is, Tiny gets so much armor now that it's tough to target him later in the game.
Okay.
But Tiny combo doesn't really ever affect you because of refraction.
You can kill Io real nicely.
For first, we need to look at just Alliance's carry right now, because they set themselves up with this Warlock pick to go potentially for a Spectre to go into the Io Gyro. They can easily go for a greedier, like a Void. Not so great in laning phase, but with the Warlock, you get to farm. And then there's the final one, which is the Juggernaut. You have no pressure of the type of game that they have right now. So they're the big three for Alliance to talk about. And that's where Secret, we mentioned, this tiny mid lane, but if it's a 5 Io, playing with the Gyro, Tiny's now just a 4. This is where you might want to pick up a more flexible hero to keep that Tiny flex going a little bit longer into the draft.
Yeah. I think they commit to it as 4, though.
Bam. This is nice.
Okay, now Tiny's flex.
Well, exactly. So they pick the Underlord up. Tiny's flexed between 4 and then mid, and then they have this Underlord to deal with it. But it just opens up for, I think, Juggernaut still comes into play.
Right. It's cool to watch the meta progress, because yesterday we saw Hellbear Smashers almost beat OG in a series, I think, on the back of the Rasmus Underlord. And honestly, I think if it's a better team, they're beating OG. And they played their hearts out, but this Underlord pick was sick because it was great in the lane. The team fight potential is nuts, and you get to call a taxi. Do you know how helpful it would have been 2-3 a.m. if I just had a go-to taxi teleport?
But the key thing is, though, we've seen multiple different pro players play the taxi recently. And Kezu, for example, not a good Uber driver. No. You don't want him playing. No, but Rasmus, he's done the hours.
How about Zai? How do Swedish drivers
this is his premiere. Sweden,
I will say, we've had to drive to and from the studio every day. I've been relatively impressed.
Nice.
People are very polite. They're signaling. I've never seen signals used on a highway before till I came here.
I mean, Kyle, you're not the one driving. Cap is. He's not impressed. Okay, we'll see. Zai make the plays here with the Underlord.
response to that, though. The Underlord, like you just mentioned, they instantly go, well, I say instantly, they talk about it for a little bit, but they go for the Lifestealer, a hero that can happily play into Underlord. And when the game gets a little bit more, stagnant, minute 6, 7, Lifestealer will happily stay by himself. If this is a tiny position 4, zero pressure is applied to this Lifestealer now. Yeah. You kind of feel forced to move that away and pick up a ranged position 4.
But the trouble is, tiny as a core doesn't really touch him either. You don't. I actually think you'd prefer it as a 4.
Just to stack it.
And you abuse lane mechanics. So he's going to buy boots first anyway.
That's true.
Just accept you've lost bottom, but because it's a warlock, like you can't really lose this lane so hard you feed.
Yeah, that's actually,
so just let it die. Like
it's actually such a bad tiny core game. Yeah, don't do tiny core. I was just thinking about, okay, so who's actually jumping if it's not? Oh, yeah, he's not really enjoying jumping anyone right now.
No, and this allows you to last pick your win condition.
Exactly. Yeah. Love the ban of the Razor though from Alliance.
Yep.
Just to remove the biggest counter to Lifestealer. Yeah. Is Morphling's banned by Secret.
Because Secret's damage output isn't really the issue. The Razor would have been perfect because it controls the damage output of Alliance primary DPS. And then you look at Secret's draft, you think, wow, that's a lot of sustain. If they remove Lifestealer from the equation, they're winning every team fight.
If they put Tiny mid, can they not just go for the Puppy Oracle and get rid of the Fatal Bonds every time?
No, it's not good enough.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. There's a reason that I'm the host and you guys are the analysts.
Question. It was a great question. But
got Queen of Pain banned out as well.
Okay.
Because that would mean that Puppy's the one playing the IO. I guess he would.
I expect that.
Yeah, I guess he would. You're right.
The thing is, you want. Well, you're gonna see if the Lina is mid or not. It's not a bad Lina mid game, to be fair, but I just think it's better as a 4 right now.
I love it forward.
It's this idea of net worth management. So what does a Lina give you if it's got 12k net worth versus 7 or 6?
You're still gonna die if you get stuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's not like a huge timing you get. It's really just the spellcasting, like Aether Lens, the Yules, the Ags. We saw the Refresher come out. Like, yeah, you run this on a support because you die all game no matter what, as T just said. So Alliance, I think we go limp here. I think Death Prophet looks real solid.
Banned out.
Good ban from Secret.
DK banned too. Tiny already picked by Secret.
What does he play?
Lesh is still in the pool, but Mars it is.
Okay, yeah. He's not played a lot of heroes so far in DPC. It is DK Mars, Tiny Storm, and one little cheeky Sanking game in there.
Yeah. Stuns
for days, and you now have this first phase Io Gyro, which it needs to lean on the fact that it can abuse the jungle and have top net worth, because going into like mid to late game, you're running into Golem, you're running into Arena, just running away with Stampede. So it is a hard Io Gyro game. It is first phase, so it should be countered. Secret, this last pick has to.
What is it? I think. I mean, it seems awkward, but I'm thinking TA.
They go for the mid sanking themselves.
I don't know if the mid sank.
No, they need someone who can really pressure.
Damage.
Yeah, they need someone to pressure the mid lane. They can't allow themselves to lose all lanes.
Troll just feels bad. Like the trouble is.
Oscar. Necro. Okay.
Now,
go on.
I've heard a lot about mid Mars. Going back all the way to the Book of El Minor, Cinderin. He has last pick, Dendi Mars. He said, and I quote, Necrophos is the only hero that will beat Mars in lane. He proceeded to die 3 times by 6 minutes. However, Necrophos is the Mars counter pick.
Beautiful.
You can't die. You shove the lane, and level 6, you can start to apply a lot of heavy pressure. I love this pick, actually. They needed something that could survive against this massive physical damage. It's great against strength heroes. Alliance have 3 of them.
Yeah, Secret right now, they are playing around the fact that they have Necro, they have Underlord. Both of these will be the big damage soaks.
Yeah.
If Alliance ever waste the Arena, the Golem, that's when Io Gyro comes in quickly and will join the kind of like the post-fight fight.
Yeah.
If that never happens and Alliance is able to always start the fight on their accord, jumping the Io Gyro, I think it'd be easily Alliance walking this type of game. But it's on Secret to play around the tanky heroes and utilize that quick jungle farm that they'll get and outpace the Lifestealer. So. Yeah. Pretty close game. It'll be a lot of fighting.
Yeah, I think Alliance just have to be careful not to invest too much into their mid game.
Okay.
They need to be able to scale.
Yeah,
Nico
sure,
Baby and Limp. Because Secret's draft is just gonna they're gonna be so survivable if they invest in like fight item, like Blink Yule's BKB or something like this.
It's gonna be rough, yeah.
You lose one fight as limp, and suddenly your game's ruined.
Yep.
You want to be able to scale. I think he's the one who buys the Deso. Nico goes for like that armlet right-click build, and they hit a huge minus armor timing and just go kill the Wisp.
All right, sounds like a lot of fighting, and I know that our commentary team will be very happy with that. Let's head over to Cap and Fog.
A whole bunch of fighting is exactly how I want to see Alliance become Kingslayers, because as we are approaching the halfway point of the Western European DPC, we're already seeing things being a lot more competitive in this second season, right, Fogged? The Secret's already dropped one series.
We are, and we're seeing Alliance playing really well lately, especially Hanskin. I think he's the one that I've been... Him and S4. S4 has maybe like 1 or 2 games where it looks a little weird, but he lands the clutch spells, the clutch combinations, and this looks like it's going to be a battle of just kind of like avoiding team fights for a bit of time for Secret, and Alliance really looking for those fights, playing around this Mars and Warlock for the majority of the game. But I like the point that Kyle makes too, though. They have to make sure they don't get out farmed, because I think that's what Secret's kind of looking for here, this IO Gyro just out efficiencying the Lifestealer overall throughout the game.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of the things that is slightly concerning for me is just the fact that Alliance doesn't have that kind of de facto, our hard carry is going to win this game, right? Because he's already going to have a bit of a hard time being kited, and then that last pick, Necrophos, makes his game quite hard. And I feel like that's the most reliable Alliance style anyway, is when Nico Baby is on the biggest, baddest carry in the game.
Agreed. Yeah, definitely. I actually think this Necrophos kind of saved the draft for me. Their draft was looking a little weird, like just the damage potential that they had versus the 3 beefy cores, the Mars, the Centaur, and the Lifestealer. I was kind of worried about their damage overall in the game. I think the Necro might have just fixed everything, and it does give them these good, like, rallying around the Underlord and the Necrophos, these multiple forms of sustain with Io. Could be enough for them to go through these tank Alliance has gone for.
Yeah, Lifestealer typically likes those kind of drawn-out fights, right, where he uses his self-sustain to just keep on trucking through, and I feel like Secret can combat that with their own sustain between Io, Necrophos, and, as you're saying, the Underlord. I mean, just big team fight kind of death ball that they have.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see how these lanes end up going down, because this bottom lane, I feel like it could go pretty bad for Secret pretty quickly.
Yeah.
This Centaur and Lina is extremely powerful. They get to the missile, so they're going to be able to push Hanskin away, but even with missile, as soon as Lina hits 2, you can kill this missile. You're always going to be putting pressure with this high base damage on both heroes. I think Matu's going to suffer quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is definitely the lane where Alliance can shoot off to a crazy good start, as it did seem like they were kind of focusing on the lanes. And for good reason, too. I mean, S4 has had some really good performances so far in the second season of the DPC, and you like to see him get off to a good start.
Yeah, absolutely. I like how they just open up with it, too, right? Like, Centaur, Lina, first 2 picks. As soon as they see Io Gyro, they're like, all right, you guys want to go for green. We're going to go for just battling you.
Yeah.
As we see Yapzor, he gets the half pull. So he does get this really successful pull up top, be able to just aggro 2 of the creeps. He's even going to try pulling away from the tower. Unfortunately, it does walk back in. He will eventually push out further, but this is what the plan was. They're playing versus Warlock. He can't stop pulls.
Yeah, as much as Warlock is able to win lanes through his presence, no disable to be able to stop these heroes from just walking behind the tower constantly. So.
Yapzor's getting another range creep deny. He actually got like half pull again, so 2 creeps will be taken out there. And that's going to deny quite a bit from Nico Baby and set up Zai for a good positioning in the lane, as it's going to push out.
So we haven't actually seen it on camera. So for those watching, what do you mean by the half pull?
Sorry about that. As the Tiny, he pulls between, and you wait until 2 melee creeps, or 1 or 2 of them move past the range, and you drag the range creep aggro from dire creeps onto your range creep, and then you click on an enemy hero across the map and you pull the melee creeps onto the range creep. So he successfully did deny 2 range creeps from Nico Baby, and it will, like we said, get Zai into a good position in the lane. We'll be able to get some good farm that maybe he would struggle normally versus with.
Yeah, whenever I see that play, I feel like that's like that is like effectively the highest mechanical play you can pull off when it comes to these 4-position lane shenanigans. Everyone can like go behind a tower and pull a creep wave and stuff, but being able to pull it between the tier 1 and tier 2 and get those half pulls in where you're denying the range creep over and over again, like that is something you actually have to practice, and it is a very effective technique, as we're seeing Zai actually does have a decent game here. Bottom seems to be going not great for the gyrocopter, and kind of as expected, S4 is owning in the CS.
Yeah, they even tried using like flag pushing out the way, but there's not a whole lot you can do with these two heroes versus like the Centaur lean into this matchup. S4 does have to be careful not to get too low. There is a good amount of damage if there's no creeps around with the barrage and the amp that the IO does give you. You'll have to be a little cautious. Yeah, I love, you know, this like pull between these two towers lately. I've been seeing range creeps just walk into towers and stuff for no reason. So yeah, I think it's actually gotten even harder to be able to do it effectively.
Yeah, I have noticed some wonky things happening with creep aggro and movement lately. Yapzor is going to find a little bit harder. Nice two-man stop. They're going to go for Puppy first. He pops a fairy fire. They need one or two more hits, but it's not quite enough. Hanskin, meanwhile, he may actually be the one to go down. He gets off an Ella's way, hides into the trees. Nicely done by him, and Matumbaman, he'll cop a lot of damage in return. So no first blood just yet, despite everybody getting low in these side lanes. That kill is still available.
I think you take this trade pretty hard, though. As Secret, you're happy with this because you have an IO. So you salve up the IO, you clarity him too. You're going to win the efficiency war of regen down there. And now they've actually pushed the lean away. They don't get the kill, but now it's going to give Gyro some nice breathing room to actually get some last hits, as we said, struggling.
Yeah, and maybe they can even pressure the Centaur a bit. As you can see, Puppy doing a good job with that aggro you were talking about, trying to pull the creeps away from the neutrals here. Doesn't quite grab the range creep, though. S4 will likely deny.
Mid is definitely going very one-sided.
Yeah.
Up.
Yeah, they're battling right now. They do have the Fatal Bonds onto Zai, and it doesn't matter, though. Zai's still able to get the kill on FNG. Nico Baby's not able to keep up, especially with Yapzor constantly in his face. A lot of creeps coming in as well. Zai, since he was low, is actually going to pull the creeps over, and it'll make it a little bit harder for them to get those last hits sitting underneath the tower. That is a gigantic creep wave up there.
Wow, I love that. I love that they're able to get the kill, and I'm surprised they're able to get the kill too. And it's because of these little mechanic changes in the lane, right? Like otherwise, Underlord, he's never gonna get these type of setups on a Warlock. But yeah, Secret making some nice moves. Nisha, we're seeing that mid matchup that's quite dominant.
Yeah, seriously. You were there in that the show match, right? With oh, you weren't. Oh, okay. So that was me, Kyle, Syndrin. All I remember is I have nightmares about Dendy Mars, mid Mars still.
Yeah. That was broken. Let's be honest though, that was the broken Mars. That was the one that was like recently added. He had all the crazy like damages on everything. Pretty much cooldowns were all super low. Your stacking was better. Like, and this is actually a nice approach to Nisha. He actually skips ult, so he puts the second point in his Mars stopper just to bully Link even more. He's not expecting Link to make it. It's like him, so he's playing for the lane effectively, which is a cool approach.
And whenever a Heartstopper gets buffed up, right, it makes lane matchups, you can be even more dominant, right? Because you're getting more regen than you were before. So if that snowball starts rolling, you can, and just certainly, just dumpster a matchup, potentially. Matumbaman thought S4 was going to be contesting a little bit more. S4's just keeping the creeps from pulling over to the hard camp. It's funny how both of these, both Radiant and Dire, are battling over this same hard camp pull over and over again.
So he just wants to get a wrap around here. They can definitely kill S4 or Hanskin if they get a good positioning there for the tossback. As level 2 overcharge, level 2 rocket barrage with the spell lamp. It's enough. Even versus this Vanguard, he's going to be fairly squishy versus all the magic.
You'd see Hanskin, he's playing like directly next to the ramp, it feels like. So Yapzor always feels like he's going to get spotted first. They're going to go for it now. That S4 is quite low. They're going to toss over. He does get hit by the LSA, but he's still going to be in range of the Avalanche. And that should... No! Vanguard is just enough. And Matumbaman, who was so low, he couldn't keep going to finish him off. So they actually survived. The rotation from Yapzor misses.
That just even the slight mini stun from Missile probably saving that he can just back up a little bit further. That's very nice for Alliance. Very nice for S4.
Yeah, I mean, like, if Hanskin didn't get off the LSA before he gets tossed, like, there's so many little things that had to go right. It's we're definitely watching the two best teams right now match up against each other, with both of the side lanes showing that these little mechanical things can make a big difference.
Yeah, I think Nisha's going to be a pretty big X factor, honestly. Like, they already tried to kill him the once with the Mars ult. He just survives through with all his stick charges. He's going to have Hood ready. So a lot of that damage that Alliance does have is that magical. He's going to be really survivable. And as we said, you know, they have a lot of tanky bruisers on Alliance, but this Necrophos last pick is going to make them look quite a lot weaker.
Yeah, and then maybe that's a bit why YapzOr is pressuring this bottom lane, right? Because those two heroes right there, Centaur and especially the Lina, those are the biggest threats to the Necrophos, right?
Absolutely agreed. And I feel like top, like, he's already happy because they got a kill on Warlock. You know, you got Zai first blood, which probably shouldn't have happened. Like, Zai's actually tied net worth with the Centaur versus who's a Centaur versus Gyro. So that's usually not the case that you'd be seeing happen from Secret. This Underlord usually would be quite far behind. And YapzOr recognizing that he can make moves down here because he can't really hit the other two lanes.
Body blocking, doing a good job of it. The missile's going to connect. No toss for another 5 seconds. They're just going to have to do it with the attacks, and they do get it. YapzOr securing the last hit. And S4, not enough damage to get a rebuttal, especially since he's got the 1-1-3 build, not the double-edged maxed out build that we've seen occasionally, though that's mostly been against heroes you can actually pressure more.
And YapzOr's trying to go in again. He might just give his life.
Okay. did he just run up the hill there and S4 was sitting there already?
He had this. He still has the ward on the side that Hans plays. So he's just watching YapzOr playing, and YapzOr just. He tried to make a fun play. He had vision of him too, though, with the ward, but he lost vision for a hot second because he goes on to right next to the ramp.
Yeah.
And we're seeing Limp. He's trying to be active. He's trying to move around because he can't sit mid. You can't just sit versus this Necrophos because you're going to get next to nothing because he's denying all the creeps you do trying to get with your rebuke. He's trying to make moves around toward top. Can't quite find it. We're seeing his net worth really get impacted. He's 1,300 behind Nisha.
Yeah, and they've got the Warlock sitting in the mid lane while the Mars is kind of moving around, which makes sense because unfortunately Warlock is not really a ganking hero, nor is he having the best time anymore against the Underlord. I mean, Zai's up late, so not much a fine position Warlock is going to do against that, so.
No, and dude, Zai is huge on it.
Yeah.
He has 3,700 net worth at this point in the game. That's okay. Cancels his rift. Thought he was in trouble.
Where was he going anyway?
He was going to base.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he thought he was getting gone on, or maybe he missed. Like, I don't know. That was a little weird. But yeah, this is normally not the situation you'd see. Like Underlord versus Lifestealer, you'd usually see the Underlord having some problems, but he's ahead of the Centaur, who's versus Gyro, the lane that Alliance wanted to go a bit better. Secrets actually had the better start to this game in the first 10 minutes, which I actually thought Alliance was going to have a bit better laning phase, at least in the side lanes. Not the mid lane, but these two side lanes I thought would go quite a bit stronger.
And we're going to have a short pause here as hopefully the lag smooths itself over. But I mean, for context for this series, for those who maybe just haven't been watching the DPC as a whole, Alliance are currently 3-0, and they've matched up against some of the top teams. All they have left right now is Secret, and then the teams that are expected to be bottom 3, Tundra, Hellbear Smashers, and Brame. So this effectively means is that if Alliance can bring down Secret here, then it's pretty much an easy ride for them to first place. No problem. A 4-0 with basically the rest of the teams left in the field, teams that you should be beating. Alliance should be basically 7-0 by the end of the season and being first place and already being in playoffs. But they need to be able to make some moves here. They're going to go for this bottom lane kill. Oh, the Golem drop actually stops Puppy from being able to relocate out, but the Reaper's Scythe stops the Mars. Heatbring goes down, but Tungman actually survives through it all. FNG's going to be run down by Nisha, no doubt, especially with the missile chasing him out as well. Alliance try and make a move here because they weren't happy with how the lanes were going, but a big rebuttal by Nisha.
Oh man, that's 2 times now Limp. Unsuccessful ults, not able to get any kill. YapzOr doesn't even TP, actually stays mid. He TP there to farm. Zai doesn't even go to help the team. He actually cancels his TP. They knew that they could just stand there and sustain through it. That's rough. I mean, that's your first Golem usage. That's your first Stampede, and the Golem actually just gets farmed by Matumba. So he actually just gets an extra 100 gold for himself infused.
You know,
problematic start.
I know it's pretty low on, all right, they're like, no, S4, you don't get to try and go for a deny, not by yourself like that. But I know it's low on disables, but this Necrophos plus IO plus 1 seems like such a cool combination. just because Necrophos shows up to a fight. He gives a bit of heals, and that's nice, but then it goes on to the IO, so whoever's connected to the IO gets even more. Maybe the IO connects to the Necrophos and amplifies his healing when he's going in his ethereal form. There's a lot of cool synergy here.
Yeah, it ended up like their draft did end up rounding out very nicely when they get like the Underlord and then that Necro last pick with IO. You know, our Underlord might go for these, you know, these tanky items. Probably not the Greaves, let's say, this game, but, you know, pipe and all that, and it's all going to be extra effective because of that IO with the Gyron. 33k gold advantage, and, you know, Lifestealer, he's going to be able to, he's going to keep this farm steady here, but Gyro is going to start getting it very accelerated.
So at this point, yeah, especially with once he completes the axe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in which case, with like 3,000 net worth lead for Secret, it's no doubt that they're winning right now. So what is the next, like, we just saw one big move from Alliance that kind of failed. What would you say the next big play from them can be that they can kind of change their current fate?
I honestly think they have to try it again. They have to try round 2, but they have to get...
Oh no, the Reaper's Sight catches him! Oh. He did not see that one coming. He had the rage ready to go, but I believe he even had Armlet untoggled there, but gets caught by Nisha rotating up and hits the Reaper's Sight from the low ground.
Oh no, that is devastating. Look how long he's dead for, too. 45 seconds. Yeah. The one hero that's having a good time right now in Alliance now gets shut down. He's going to lose his tower, and Limp now it doesn't feel like he has a move on the map either. He's just farming Blink Dagger. But this, if he, like, he's gonna buy this Blink Dagger, and if his move isn't it doesn't hit hard in the next moment, his game is gonna be effectively done into this lineup of Secret.
So all eyes on Limp. As soon as he picks up that Blink Dagger, whatever move Alliance makes, it's probably gonna be a smoke play. It has to be successful, and it has to be successful in a big, big way, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they have to get like pretty much the biggest kills possible. They have to kill Nisha, probably, and I don't know if they have enough damage to take down this Necrophos at all now, unless they focus absolutely everything onto him. He actually has Halberd done on top of this hood. Absolutely massive this game so far.
Man, even the Sange, just for someone like Necrophos, it's kind of crazy. Status resistance plus self-healing, amplification. It's like, it's a lot of dirty synergies here.
Sage is definitely, I think, the best item at the moment in the patch. It just feels like Sage and Solar Crest are just absolutely, they just feel so strong. And Hood, I'm actually just seeing like Hood every single game too.
Zai's gonna come up, and he's not afraid of anything apparently, but there is a rebuttal from Limp. He's gonna get the spear inside the arena underneath the tier 1 tower, but the relocate coming in, and Alliance aren't actually strong enough to fight this. Maybe they can still hold their tower here, but the glyph is gonna wear out. They're going to drop the golem. They do have a really good Fatal's Bomb. The spear goes through with the relocate back. They're going to be able to catch these heroes potentially. So the Stampede going off. Looking to be able to run down the Underlord. Zai's now dead. Nisha's low, but they are running a bit out of steam unless Limp. He does have... Okay, he does manage to land that spear. Nico Baby's here to be able to finish him up, but he managed to get out the Ghost Shroud. He's going to heal up a little bit more. Io's coming in. He's going to tether him. He turns around, goes for the Reaper's Sight, but no. Nico Baby makes sure that's not going to happen. Limp keeps it going. Now with that Arcane Rune, he just keeps getting hits in. Limp. That was a great fight for Alliance because they needed that. It felt like if they didn't win that fight, this game was just going to go downhill.
Agreed. That was such good awareness there to see that the relocate's going back to, and they get the stun, so it forces, he can't untether. He actually gets forced to relocate away, and they have them all fatal bound together. It looked a little dicey for Alliance with the way it started off, but the way that they actually forced that relocate to go off from the stun, beautiful. Because they went on Zai, so it's like, uh-oh. This Arcane Rune, it was everything. Like, Limp gets to get off so many extra blinks, so many extra spears and rebukes, that it actually allows him to take the fight.
I hope we get to see this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drops the golem. He's stunned, and maybe there was like a small second, but it's like at that point in time, maybe he even wants to get him out of there just because that looks like such a dicey situation. That was a great read by FNG and the whole of Alliance in making that move. And Lim says, let's keep it going, especially Nico Baby. Making the rotation in was very important for that fight. And now Secret, they had themselves, what, that was like a 4,000 net worth lead?
4K, yeah.
Now 1K.
Alliance has been doing this a lot in this DPC. Just execution and team fights has been top notch. FNG just recognizing when the team can rally and take this fight. Like Limp knowing his power too. With that Blink Dagger, that Arcane Rune, caught themselves back up in the game.
I thought he was rushing Ags, but he has a Crystalist.
Middle tower has been denied.
Okay, he did this last time he played the Gyro too. I actually didn't get to ask him why. I think it's just because they're fighting so much and he just wants any cheap damage.
Yeah.
So when he shows up to the fight, it's the cheapest, best damage that you can get on a gyro.
Yeah, I mean, that's been a long time thing, right? I remember that early days of Dota 2, even Dota 1, it's like if you needed a really cheap damage item that was super gold efficient, Crystallis was always the play.
And it's going to be good versus Lifestealer because, you know, I was thinking, you know, Maelstrom is always a good one because it's a very cheap, effective damage thing, but you're versus Lifestealer, you're versus heroes that are going to be building this hood. So he just wants this straight physical damage. And he's got Ags anyway, right? But still very early, and he's going to continue farming at this fast speed. So Alliance, every time they have these ultis available, they kind of have to start they have to look for these fights. They have to look for these big pickoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, that is cool because like normally the play would be like Yasha, right? That's the go-to like somewhat cheap item that helps you just do more damage. But a gyrocopter, like the pure damage helps a lot because the flat cannon is hitting everybody. You don't care about hitting them faster with flat cannon shots. There's only a limited number of those.
Yeah, I guess I think I've seen him do this like 2-3 times, even 4 times. I've seen him do it a lot recently. Gyrocopter just getting that crit, so. And he's gonna find an Imp Claw too if he wants it. I think he might hang on to Vambrace. He's gonna pass the Vambrace maybe to Nisha. We'll see.
And of course, probably should just mention the crit doesn't work for flat cannon shots, like those extra shots that come in case anybody was wondering about that. But a Desolator now complete for the Lifestealer. That's a big fresh pickup.
YapzOr has his Blink Dagger too, so Secret actually have a form of initiation rather than just walking into fights.
Yeah.
So they can actually jump. Alliance still want to get the jump. If Secret starts the fight, things could be problematic. If Alliance starts the fight, it should be pretty Alliance favored. They still do have that heavy team fight. They just have to make sure to kill the heroes before they get healed. The sustain is going to start kicking in pretty hard from Secret.
You could see both of these teams, their philosophy is very similar, which is don't try and be efficient. Be ready to fight. Like, be ready to take this next 5-on-5, because this next 5-on-5 will determine the pace of the rest of the game, whoever wins it. So it's not worth trying to farm that extra camp or something. We play together. Alliance's case, they play into the enemy triangle, trying to see if Alliance will run, or Secret will run into them, or they'll get a free pick. Secret now doing something similar here.
They're actually just playing as 5. It's a really good point. They're literally just sticking together here as Secret, and even as Alliance. Hanskin does TP back to start to get some push going, but very grouped up mentality from both sides.
So if the next team fight is like all important, who do we want to see that initiation on? So start with the YapzOr. Like, who's his go-to?
If he can ever start on the supports, it's always just going to be getting onto them. And it's also if he can just get a bad positioning, like if he can toss Limpid and they just burst Limp right at the start of the fight, that might actually be the best.
Yeah.
They can just necro, they can just Reaper Sight them after and have a toss combo, and just a little bit of extra damage from Firestone will kill him. So I think either Warlock or Mars if YapzOr can find it. And on Alliance side, I think, ooh, it's actually tough because they're so tanky.
Yeah. IO is probably one of them, right? It always feels good to start on an IO if possible, but
that would mean Puppy's completely out of position though. That's like that one's like should never happen. We'll see Nico maybe charging in. Still have this ward on the high ground, so they have great information.
Side's gonna break that smoke, and they're just gonna take this. They're gonna try and go for Zai here, and he's gonna be very tanky, but maybe not tanky enough unless they'll relocate. It gets him out of there. Puppy. Great reaction by him, and he kept him close too, so they can still take this fight potentially. S4 caught in the avalanche, but they didn't have any following stuns there. That is a bit of the problem. But if Zai's not there, they pretty much only have avalanche. They're gonna catch him inside of the pit. S4 will still cop a little bit of damage here. He's actually going to use he'll come back into the pit. They're going to do a lot of damage to Reaper Sight. That's going to be enough to finish him.
Oh, and that's 70 seconds. No big bruiser, no big frontline, no big AoE stun. They still have the Warlock and Luna for the backup, but now they can just go start touching this Roche.
Uh-oh. They didn't stop the missile, but they're going to be into a clutch point. Nico Baby's right there in the front. Starts dishing out the damage. Rizai gets a lot of heal, and FNG, he managed to get off the golem, but now he's dead. Nico Baby no longer having the rage. He's going to be caught inside the pit. Oh, dear. Alliance. They thought they can maybe take this in a 4 versus 5, but the death ball of Secret, they're grouped up. They're healing each other. The burst from Alliance just doesn't seem to be doing enough to get a kill.
I just picked up that Yules too. So the pit into Yules into pit ends up connecting. I think S4 thought he was safer because he held on to Stampede thinking he could disengage. But nope, does get stopped. YapzOr finds the backline. Golem goes off, but there's no fatal bonds. They need every little thing coming in. That play from Alliance doesn't end up working. Now Secret. He's got a Regis and a near BKB.
Yeah, and now it's really feeling like, how do we kill anybody? Because they don't have, like, we've been having this talk, all of us basically, about the fact that, you know, big tanky boys are kind of the meta, and naturally the counterplay to that is percentage-based damage. That's something that Necrophos has that Alliance don't truly have that. They have Fatal Bonds. It's kind of like that, but it's not the same, right? It's not the same for being able to burst down one hero.
No, it's so scary of who you're gonna jump, right? Like as we said, Puppey, he was in position, so he just gets to save, and every little thing does come into play. Your hoods, your Vambrace for extra magic resist, etc. As you see Nico Baby attempt for a toggle, but you're playing versus that. Toggles, Heartstopper hits you instantly, you're just dead.
Yeah.
Secret finding massive footing in this game, 9k advantage, and starting to feel pretty grim now. Nico Baby had good timing on Deso and his armlet, but his gyrocopter is just starting to fully eclipse it.
Do you see a way for Alliance to be able to go late game?
No, not really, because Limp had to go for this blink and just going for BKB. He's not going to scale.
Yeah.
He's really not going to scale at all. S4 has, you know, he's got his blink, his hood, and his Vanguard, but he's not scaling either. It really feels like it's going to be Nico Baby versus the world, and they don't have anyone that's going to effectively use Fatal Bonds. Like, if Nico Baby's a hero that can dish out mass AoE damage and make that Fatal Bonds look great, maybe. He's a life.
That is something that Alliance, it's hard because you don't want to be fighting into a fresh BKB and Aegis Gyrocopter, but at the same time, you don't feel confident about letting the game go late. But Secret is going to push to the high ground here because they know Alliance is just trying to split push right now. So they're saying, okay, you want to split push, we're going to hit your tier 3. You have to come back to the base. And if they don't get caught in the process, it's okay. A toss back, Limp. He did get a good read up with the Ult Scepter. Nisha stops the immediate spear, still managed to catch Puppey though, and they take out Puppey, a big win. Matama Man is kind of in deep right now. The Reaper Scythe, oh, it barely got him towards the end. Mars does end up going down, but a 1-for-2 trade so far to the favor of Alliance. Now they're going to go for an Underlord Dark Rift out. They're hoping to be able to kill Matama Man or catch anybody, but they just don't have any repositioning tools. Ultimately, they got 2 supports, but the cores of Secret stay safe.
Secret just forcing them. They forced them all the way back. They forced the ulties. This is what Secret really wants, even though they lose the 2 supports. Chorus just move them their way out, and they shut down Limp again. His item progression is just completely stopped. 0, 3, and 5 on the Mars this time around.
Yeah, he's not having a great time.
No, it snowballed so much too, and the Gyro's now alive this whole time while the poor Mars is dead too. The Gyro just continues to accelerate this much faster. It's going straight dataless, just all about just sheer damage being pumped out. And it really is just so much heal. They have to focus Puppey because he's a little out of position, but even killing Puppey is starting to get hard. He's got mech, he's got Medallion, Dragon Scale, very tanky.
And Secret, like, one notable thing is they Dark Rifted back, but they didn't go all the way back to base or anything, and they also hold the outpost. So it hasn't been much more than a minute, and Secret is right back to controlling the map. Alliance really didn't get a whole lot of farm out of that. As you can see, the net worth difference is still 9k.
Yeah, now it's going to force Nico Baby back to base, so he's not going to be able to get that farm that he'd like to get just out on the map. He's going to try stalling it as much as possible, or his team will, until he starts getting his item timing. They will be able to slow it decently.
All right, Matama Man getting quite low, no longer having flat cannon shots, but still having that Aegis for a bit longer. So Alliance gotta go. I mean, it's still a full minute. They're gonna have to go for this anyway, trying to go for this spear on the Puppey. They're focusing down. They do manage to get him with the goal and being dropped afterwards. Matama Man, his first life is gone, but he does have BKB on the second. A buyback coming in from Puppey. He relocates in. Reaper side to put his damage on the Nico Baby, but he managed to get the infest. They're getting him out of there. They're gonna save him. Limp. He's going to be the other target. The missile's coming in, but they're going to deal with that. Alliance, they can reset off of this one. In fact, they're going to go back in, and Zai knows it too. He needs to be able to Dark Rift him out of here. Matama Man being targeted. The spear away! And Limp gets him! He gets him out of the Dark Rift, and Matama Man will die as a result. And look at the tips coming in. They know Limp just pulled a clutch play for Alliance.
Oh my, that was so close. Nico Baby walks back into pit, nearly dies to the Reaper, but gets the infest out to reset. Oh, that was such a sick fight from Alliance. They still have some hope in this game. That was everything coming in. Your Nico Baby finished his S and Y in the mid lane. Then that actually caused him to survive, just having that little bit of extra stats. That was huge.
Yeah, that was massive. And I have to say, like, a general philosophy I think it's very impressive when players have a bad game and still manage to like still pull off the good plays. So Limp, even though he's being targeted and his game is not fun, getting off that spear was so important for Alliances. Now, they're still down. It's still a hard game, as you were talking about. They don't necessarily scale the best, but they've got a chance.
Yeah, they've got some breathing room. Nico Baby can now go finish another item, perhaps. He's going to be able to... He just finished up SNY before that fight, and he's already up to 2,000. So he's been enabled nicely. He's only 1,800 behind the gyro now, too. So some pretty good stuff for Nico Baby.
Look at this. Saving Private Nico.
So close.
They get him out, and then they go back in, and then the spear catches Matu. Oh, barely outside of the range.
No smile from Nisha this time.
No, not this time.
And now Limp, he's got BKB, so he's got easier ways to find these catches. Zai actually, in the initial start of the go, he actually did tank the spear for Puppy, but Puppy's still getting cursed. Puppy has to be a little more cautious with his positioning. He was right in the midst of everything with that Marzel. But Limp, he did find the 4-man Marzel, so he did find a really clutch jump.
It kind of feels like he almost, he doesn't need to be tethered at the start of a fight, it seems like.
I don't think so either. I think he should be playing quite a bit further back. Because they're tanky enough at this point that they're going to live the initial go. Like, Matu's got BKB too, so Puppy doesn't need to rush these type of relocate saves for the most part.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. I think he should be sitting a little bit further back.
Radiant's bottom tower
they find themselves a window. Now they're going to get their ult. They get themselves outside the base, get themselves a tier 2, and they get time for their chaotic offering to come up. They shook Secret.
He certainly did.
Radiant's bottom tower
I'm
is
seeing
under
Zai, or excuse me, Nisha. He actually has the shard queued up, which I think is really good, no doubt. It's good for the Necrophos. I always find it curious, though, when you decide to buy a shard versus trying to bank on Roshan, you know?
Yeah, that's true. But I've actually never seen anyone use it defensively. I've never seen anyone Death Seeker their teammate, which I think could be some stuff that he could cause, you know, Nico Baby some troubles inside the fight.
Yeah. I mean, certainly with...
Secondary form of Ethereal, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Are scanning.
It helped the IO out quite a bit. You could heal him and make him ethereal so that Nico Baby can't. Because, like, Limp does a lot of damage, but I feel like it's not enough to kill the IO by himself. He almost always needs that, like, +1.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, he's gotten fortunate to get him over to
relocate,
which I think actually really helps the team. Reload. They're looking for Hanskin, but he's sneaky.
Yeah. Alliance do a good job getting in, getting back out. Part of it is that lane ward where they kind of knew where the safe area was going to be.
This is a big move, though, in these last 5 minutes, though, from Alliance. Like, look at the experience. It's pretty much evened out. With near 10,000 experience lead for Secret, too. And now just them getting out, they get the outpost even for like a minute or two, so they get some type of experience going their way. Now they're even going to take away the one top, so they're going to at least have possession of one every single time it does tick for these next few moments. So, yeah, really nice stuff from Alliance.
All right, so what are the big item pickups? I'm looking at like Vlad's for the Mars. That's not necessarily major. AC is pretty big for the Lifestealer.
Yes, that's going to be really huge. And he's got his level 20 talent. He actually took the Ghoul Frenzy. I just think I've seen a lot more people taking the Evasion most of the time, but I know that's a new talent that people do really like. It allows you to just stick on targets. Like, they just can't move pretty much because of that.
Yeah, and that is kind of a problem, right, with IO Gyrocopter. They're both so naturally fast. But it does mean he is potentially killing a lot of his survivability in fights.
Nisha opts away from the shard, by the way. He actually queues up a heart.
Okay.
So I think he's feeling that some damage issues might be coming into play on the side of Alliance. So if he's able to just tank the brunt of it, like these long duration fights, they're gonna go Secret's way. Yeah. Alliance is gonna have a hard time if those fights are longer than like 30 seconds or so, or 45 seconds.
Sure.
But there's the AC. So Nico Baby still very large, and they're gonna smoke with this timing. They're feeling pretty strong here. Solo Crest also finished up a bit ago on FNG, so they have great ways to amp him up. Look at this, 49 armor on Lifestealer.
Yeah, he's a big tanky boy, and Alliance may be able to... I was thinking, if they just ran straight into the triangle there, they wouldn't know it, but Yapster was kind of alone. They could have taken that high ground and taken a pick off before Secret could get there, but now it's a lot different. Secret are the ones on the high ground. They see...
Zai knows this. They see
Zai.
okay. I was just watching the way Yapso was playing. Man, sometimes I really wish you could go player perspective when you're casting and stuff, but they were like just checking that creep is S4.
They're gonna try it for it. BKB going off the spear, doesn't land. Limp. He's gonna try and get out with the Stampede. He's already taken so much damage, but look. Nico Baby, he's got to be careful. Somebody's got to be able to save him. It's going to be FNG. He's going to put his body on the line here to try and get Nico Baby out of here and healed up. Are they going to be able to turn around on this? The missile going out. Reaper's Sight still available. He's going to toss him back into the pit, but S4, he's going to go in. This may actually be an initiation on the gyrocopter. Relocate away. Puppy's not going to be able to make it out. He wasn't going anywhere anyway. He actually lands in the exact same spot, and Puppy goes down as well. Nico Baby's able to focus him. Limp is going to fall, but it doesn't really matter. Nico Baby's all the damage right now, and he is pumping it out. He's trying to bring down Zai. The hero form came out for a second there, but it doesn't do enough. Now Nico Baby can start munching on Nisha. Nisha tries to save himself with the Reaper's Sight, but it doesn't do enough. Nico Baby, he's happy, he's healthy, and he's having a great lunch here in game 1 against Secret.
Holy moly, what a fight. Hanskin playing just right on the outskirts, getting an unbelievable amount of spells off. 4 stuns, 6 Dragon Glaives, Yules. He's just kiting Nisha the entirety of the fight, and they do get the focus fire. They get on Matu. They blow him up. They use absolutely everything to kill this gyrocopter.
Radiant's middle
and
tower
I mean,
is under
relocate,
attack.
a little bit weird. Puts it in place, but it was going to kill the gyrocopter anyway.
Well, Alliance, it was a small sacrifice, but we'll talk about that later. We see this initiation.
Radiant's middle tower.
Toss in, S4 reads it, and the toss works against them here. They toss him onto Matumba Man, and S4 is like, great, let's focus down Gyro.
Look at Hanskin, and he gets this double stun on Yapso and Nisha at the same time, so they're effectively cut out of the fight. They can't move into the arena at all, and everyone on the side of Alliance is hitting targets perfectly. Nico Baby's just going from target to target. He's at absolute freedom to just bring them down with all this minus armor and damage. That was very impressive as Nico Baby takes the top net worths in the game now.
And now he's got open wounds as well.
He does.
Because they took down Roshan, they picked up Aegis and Cheese, and Nico Baby actually took all the items for himself, and that makes total sense. I mean, he is the bedrock right now. They just need to give him as much amping up as possible.
Absolutely. This open wounds could be huge. Like, just the heal percentage that you can get versus Necrophos could be massive. Secret, they're setting up a gank for him.
Tossing over. That's kind of a cool play, but this is an Aegis Alliance. They can certainly bail him out if needed. He's going to go ahead and infest inside. He's good for now.
Massive fights. Nico Baby, he's, like we said, he finished up AC like just before that fight. He's almost got a full Scotty soon. So reducing the effectiveness of the heals and playing versus ranged carries, it's going to be super effective when he gets that online. Matu does have a Satanic finish now, so it's going to be a lot harder for them to do that one shot. They find Zai.
Yeah, Zai. He is not going to be relocated out in time. Puppy is now in some big time troubles. He doesn't have a tether to be able to get away. So Nico Baby, he can try and munch on him. Ghost Scepter, tether up in one more second, but the Psalm comes in first. Tether away. Oh, relocate back actually, and they don't have anybody around. Yap, so you can see him cutting creep waves here, but the siege wagons are up, so Alliance could definitely still pressure base if they want.
Under attack.
And honestly, pointing out too is S4. He has a halberd after all these fights too. So that Satanic from the gyrocopter, it won't be as effective. Like he just waits for the proper moment, right? Like if you just get this halberd on him when he's starting to get low, you know, Satanic is a basic dispel, but nothing dispels halberd. So he'll just be screwed. He won't get any life steal back if he does get halberd at the right moment from S4.
Do you feel like
advantage?
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
The damage of Crystallis, so the other choice would have been Yasha, right? And if you build Yasha, you naturally build into SNY, giving you status resistance. And it does feel like Matumba Man, he could use just a little bit more tank and a lot more status resistance.
Radiant's middle barracks.
That is a very good point, Cap. Maybe regretting it, the choice to just go for that straight damage. As Alliance have just completely swung this game around.
Yeah, they certainly have, but they're going to keep the momentum going. They're going to go for Nisha here. Nisha, a tether's already up, so it's not like they have this way to bail him out. Nisha, he put himself out there.
And he bought a relic.
Yeah.
He didn't even go for the Reaver that he was going for the tankiness. He's going for more damage, but now it just means that he dies even easier versus this. And now there's an Aghanims on Hanskin too, so extra damage, and it's pure damage versus the
A secret. They might just just be crumbling a little bit here. They're going to have to hold without Nisha somehow. The relocate back a little bit. FNG's going to drop the golem before he dies. Yapsar on the other side is going to be traded out as he did toss in FNG for that. Pico baby sticking on to him, and meanwhile Melina's just dealing with the tier 3s. Stomp coming in. He's in trouble. Gyrocopter, they got to get him out of here if possible. They just don't have anything though. He's got no buyback at Alliance. They could just potentially go straight for throne here.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
This is so impressive here by Alliance. Again, Nico Baby just putting the team on his shoulders. 9-2 and 9. This Life Stealer, he's got Scotty. They can't fight. They might just be able to end it.
I think they will. 60 seconds. Yapsar is going to have to do some crazy toss plays. And even that, he's got a minute left with the Aegis. I am flabbergasted that Alliance made such a sick comeback in this game, because it just looked like they didn't have any place to run. They win one fight and they just momentum ran through Secret. Damn.
I mean, this has been Alliance in a nutshell. Honestly, this DPC this so far. They've just had so much perseverance in games.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning. You wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you break your back to make me stopped asking for forgiveness. Cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption.
I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. Cause I can fly. I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. Have tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. Cause I can fly.
We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Reaching for the stars. I wonder where you are.
The seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. And they change but in a cycle that I can't lose. Each painful but
Alliances turn to ban. Ten seconds Team remaining. Secrets turn to ban. Alliances turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Secrets turn to pick. Alliances turn to pick. Yeehaw! 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Alliances turn to pick.
Don't worry, guys. I didn't draft the exact same thing for the second game as I did for game one. We're going to see a fresh draft for this second game very, very soon. We have Team Secret facing Alliance here in a best of 3 with a lot on the line. You're watching Drilling Season 15, powered by Intel. I'm here with T-Governor and Kyle, and we are ready to show you the first couple of bans, perhaps a couple of picks in there as well. Very curious to see what we got here because I think it's going to get swapped around, right? Surely this time around, it is first pick indeed going the way of Team Secret and the Centaur getting banned. Thank goodness.
I absolutely love these bans from Secret. I think after Alliance has had free reign on the European scene for now, take away what they are drafting around. It's always a Centaur. It's always the Timbersaw, the big boys. Now S4, he's got to go, to his next, pool of heroes.
Yeah, the thing here is though that because Secret is first pick, it is Alliance's job to ban out both the Puck and the Beastmaster. And of course, previous game it was Team Secret that had to do that.
I'm not sure. Does Puck have to be banned?
I mean, in the region, Europe, we have a massive fixation on this little fairy thing. So yeah, it's very much a regional ban. If you look at China, they don't really care about it. So maybe you don't. I personally probably wouldn't put it in the first phase bans.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Centaur Timber the right ban.
They're very much the right
Alliance have just demonstrated we will pick this for S4 game after game. And, I think you want to target the player who has shown the most limitations on his hero pool, or at least force them to try something different.
So that would be for you as for on the side of Alliance with Timbersaw and the Centaur.
Yeah. He's played this whole DPC, was it 10 games? He's played 2 games of Necro, a game of Razor, everything else sent.
Yes, I see that. Yeah, that's crazy actually.
And thank you, Tika, for having that open on your iPad.
I mean, I would also have it open right here. If you
that
get
was
the
my point. I literally prepared a point. Carl walked over, looked at my note, came back up and went, "Yeah, that's the note." I was like, "Oh." So I just stood here with nothing to say, Kyle.
It's okay. You can say, "Oh, look, it's an axe."
I was about to say that too, Sheever. I've got nothing to say, Sheever.
Oh, look, a life stealer banned out.
Solid bans. Don't want to be put in another unfavorable laning scenario.
No, I'm just having a little thought, mate. Just having a little think. I'm just like this axe pick first phase. We haven't really seen it that much. Teams that have played axe, I remember Smashers played it, I believe, yesterday. It looked pretty good. It was top net worth. It was having a strong dominant showing.
Yeah, we saw Zai play the axe in their first game that they had against Tundra, and it worked out, but that was also a game where they had the Beastmaster, so you can't really get too many stats from a game like that, right?
Yeah.
But I don't mind it. It's a very strong laner, and especially when you have Centaur banned out, Timber banned out, they are now banning the carries that would pressure an axe. It is going to be potentially a very good game for it.
5 seconds.
Think about S4's hero pool. As Kyle expertly mentioned, what else has S4 played so far? Necroforce, Razor, it's not going to match up that well for sure.
Oh, Necro.
Maybe, but you've already got Snapfire. I don't really like Necro offlane unless you're flexing it to unlock your draft. And
yeah, makes sense. I like that Secret at least have a point and click killer, because I think that's part of why Alliance has just been so dominant so far this season, is it feels like they're always the one making moves. If a fight breaks down, it's a close one, but if Alliance eke out the lead, they get 3 exit kills, like we saw when they chased Puppy's Wisp all the way to the tier 2 tower, because they just have too many stunts. They have so much chase potential, whereas Secret, it's like, well, please stay in the pit. Please
don't run away from us. Yeah, stay a while.
What are we going to do? Toss them back in? That only works once.
I guess that's a key thing to think about this axe is you have Grim Tiny. So if this is your support duo, there isn't going to be a save here, which makes the axe game even better because it just jumps when you kill.
Yeah,
I take feedback from the community at large.
Oh yeah.
Go on.
People saying every time Kyle's on broadcast and Limp has Tiny, he always says Limp's the best Tiny. Has he forgotten about Sumail and Thompson and maybe? No, I haven't. He's better than they are at Tiny. Facts. And it should be his hero.
Yeah, I like, surely if you have a Tiny, you have to put it on Limp. I feel like it's a waste if you don't.
I mean, I think we're generalizing this a little bit hard.
Nope.
So the whole idea of countering a draft and drafting construct and respect for your opponent is just...
All right. Yesterday,
he plays hero, go.
Yesterday, I had a drink, sat back, relaxed, put on some old television, specifically highlights of us, me, winning tournaments back in Heroes of Newerth 9 years ago.
Guess
How often did you do that, Kyle?
night.
Limp.
It was pretty sure, yeah, it was.
It wasn't. I got.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Thank you.
Guess what hero Limp was playing?
Tiny.
Called Pebbles, but yeah, it's been a decade.
Sorry.
Which also freaks me out because it's legit been more than 10 years of esport.
Yep.
Very spooky.
Faces Void will be the final ban coming out from Alliance, and they will pick up the Tusk. Ooh.
So it is going to be the core Tiny.
Surprise!
Whoa! Now we have a new recording. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, we have seen Hanskin play Tusk, but not this
10
patch.
seconds remaining.
We've seen him play
aggressive.
previous patch.
Yeah,
We have not seen that much Tusk regardless this patch, other than from Yapsor.
that is a product of the bans coming out because Secret has put Alliance in the position of you can't pick your comfort so far. They are now having to pick new heroes to
Yeah.
This is a great Phoenix pick, though. It's so strong with an axe, just natural synergy. Both supports have trouble with it, and it's one of the better counters to
10
Tiny as well.
seconds
If you
remaining.
live through, you're a strength hero, so you're naturally going to scale with survivability to survive the burst.
Okay.
But attack speed slow is super effective on Tiny. Hits
What a
really
quick
hard.
draft.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the Morphling.
Beautiful. I love what Secret's got so far. This is very solid.
The key thing here is for Secret, they have really strong lanes with the idea of like the Axe Phoenix. Now it's kind of countered by the Jug. And like Kyle mentioned in the game, both supports don't care about this core Tiny. It's very clearly a core
10
Tiny.
seconds
And they
remaining.
have this win condition with the Morphling. But I have to give props to Alliance. They are very much
5
all-inning on this
seconds remaining.
skirmishing pace type of lineup, where in the previous game, they kind of gave Secret a lot of map control. They're now flipping that script and changing the tempo coming into game 2. But Phoenix is literally broken this game.
It is, exactly. And you also have the best coverage for it. Typically, Jug is going to spin, maybe hit the egg. You have an egg hitter. But Axe, unlike the other offlaners we might see in this patch, he can taunt through that. You can drag him away. And if egg goes off in a team fight, Alliance are
10
just done for.
seconds
They're 3, 4, 5 have way too much burst potential. Secret
5 seconds
with the Morphling
remaining.
as well. It's a 1-to-1 counter to the Juggernaut. At a point, 3, 4 items in, you're just way stronger. And I think Alliance are going to need a steroid here from Nico Baby to be able, or maybe just more pushing power. Can they end the game fast enough?
Luckily, Solar Crest is pretty broken in this patch, and Tusk naturally would just buy that for his Juggernaut. The question is, what is S4's hero now?
Yeah.
Like, what is the offlane that's going to piece this together? They often have S4 playing this tanky guy that has strong laning presence, running into these lanes. He has ultimate last pick in the draft that will help a lot.
That ban, Secret banning out ET, that's brilliant, because that is the counter to Morph, removing all the base armor.
The pace of the game too.
It
really
boosts the Jug damage output. Also probably the best complement to core Jug, because then
10
with just the
seconds
Spirit, you're
remaining.
amplifying the magical damage of the spin, which most players are upgrading, talenting, and sharding.
Remaining. Alliance.
So we got overall last pick going the way of Alliance. The Doom now also banned out. We have only seen S4 play Necrophos as the only hero left still in the pool that is available. I don't think this is a good Necro game though, but could they take a page out of Team Secret's book and go for the Underlord?
10 seconds.
You can
remaining.
save people with that, if they're gonna get like egged by the
5
Phoenix.
seconds
It
remaining.
would be a
Get them
pretty.
out.
It's an interesting idea for sure. I think from it does mitigate the problems that they currently face. Like he just sits back. He has the Uber taxi service to disengage from the egg, go again straight away. The other 4 of the heroes are very skirmishy, so having one hero with cooldowns is easy to play around.
Yeah.
I love the ban from Secret, the Doom, but just because it's going to be Morphling v the world, it feels,
And they ban
and
out the-
it's a very strong offlaner.
Secrets turn
They got
to
rid of the
pick.
2 off lanes that really deal with a Morph.
The question for Secret though is, are they going to go for a semi-carry, because like they're banning out heroes like Doom, therefore they're showing that it's going to be Morph is the primary win condition, or are they going to go super greed like let's say OG did, where they have this double carry matchup?
I got it. Off
10
lane
seconds
silencer.
remaining.
Yeah, but the Axe is already off lane.
No, you mean
Oh,
for
you
Alliance.
mean for Alliance?
Yeah, it's
Seconds
for Alliance.
remaining.
Well, let's see what Secret picks first.
It's
and,
kind of squish, but I
it's
wouldn't
very
be
squish.
too opposed to it. But it does mean that
I think a Mantle
I
and
don't know.
Morphling make this very sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the concern.
No, Matu's happy.
Matu's smiling. He gets to pick his hero. Yeah. It's like, ooh, I see so many heroes that could work here.
We haven't seen a Matu Lone Druid in a while, but they just,
is that not too greedy?
That wouldn't be bad either. They just want something that hits tower.
I actually really like Visage. Little solar crest.
Visage.
Some sort of creep hero, just peek in the mid game.
Visage or Brood, come on, bring it out. Matu
they
specials.
could Brood, that would be gross.
He literally says it in the game. He has a voice line that says
British
Visage.
and we say things real dumb in our country.
I mean, yeah, but
yes, sir.
I mean, that's a fair point, but this is still a name. These are all names. Let's see what they go for, though. They go for the Lone Druid.
Oh, it was option number 3. Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned it.
No, but I meant like I want to see Visage, then Brood, and like Lone Druid was a strong third. But...
Nah, I think that the bear is underrated. We saw the buffs from the last patch. I think that I mean, I'm shocked it's not
going to be unbearable to fight these guys in the mid game.
Oh Jesus, Alliance.
Which one is it? Remaining. No.
Alliance needs something now that handles the Morphling, but also gives them the ability to pressure towers. This, I hate to say it, but you might even not want Tiny Core anymore because you just can't burst any of these heroes. You need sustained damage, but I just don't see it. I don't know what you go here. You need your own kind of weird win condition. Maybe they Huskar
they could just
in
go
some way. Healing Ward.
Pangol, no.
A Viper. Do you like it, Cal? I see you with a little bit of a surprise face.
It's hardcore lane-centric draft from Alliance. They have the early matchups to apply pressure and to kind of snowball the game. And then, but I am worried about the...
No, I was not
I'm doing it myself.
You can't do it to your...
I did. But no, I'm worried that Alliance doesn't have the win condition and they don't have the late game.
Yeah.
So it's so much pressure.
They're missing the components that have gotten them to this place where they're undefeated. Yeah. It's they don't have late game for Nico Baby. They don't really have great laning matchups. And they can't really hit towers very easily.
But if they win their lanes, they use Tusk to get that quick Aegis, and then they have a high pace of the game. The greediness potentially of Lone Druid Morphling. But every time I say that on this panel, I feel like that greed never really is punished, and they just seem to outscale and eventually win the game.
Yeah. However, previous game, we did see Team Secret take a lead, and then they make a couple of mistakes, and Alliance comes back. Is there a chance for them to do that? Because Alliance didn't make that many mistakes, and Team Secret did.
The mistakes in this game that Secret make is cushioned by the fact that the egg is near unkillable. Yeah. So you have to make like the biggest.
So there's a bigger margin of error for Team Secret this game around.
The Bulba coefficient, it's like one fight for Secret, whereas Alliance need 4 or 5.
I have no idea. That was me trying to do the Bulba coefficient, but I didn't know how. Just go to the game.
Yes, let's go to the game. We got game 2 here of Team Secret versus Alliance with Cap and Fog.
I swear, those two, when it comes to Robson and Kyle, for whatever reason, you know, I have some hype intro prepared or something, and for whatever to do, I just have to laugh at whatever they're doing, and it totally throws me off my game. All right, let's get into it. Game 2 of Alliance versus Secret. Fogged, I'm going to disagree with the panel on one thing right away. They said Alliance do not have some of the things that got them this far, and I'm going to say they have momentum. This is a lineup that is momentum-based, and I feel like Alliance is really good at taking a bit of momentum and building that into more and more and more.
Yeah, this is a really fast-paced draft that they're going for here, right? Look, what's their longest cooldown is probably like the Jug ulti, right? They are pretty much just looking for a constant fast pace, while on the reverse, kind of like Alliance, how Alliance had the last game, Secret, they have the better team fight. They have the Axe, the Phoenix, the Snapfire. It's going to all synergize very nice, but Alliance, if they can get out of lanes quite effectively, quite ahead, they could definitely put some damage. Limp, you know, we have a lot of signature heroes coming into play. Nisha on his 70-something% plus win rate Morphling, and Limp on his 70+% win rate Tiny. So this is probably the funnest actual individual matchups that we do have.
You could see Limp there was trying to scout out exactly where the mid wards are, because that's what everyone's doing with their wards right now. They rush into the mid lane, they place them somewhere around their tower to give them information about the bounty runes and about the upcoming water runes and such. You didn't get any of that information. Let's see if Secret, they are just going to be splitting 2-2 here.
Okay. Very fun. And then we do have, let's look at these lane combos we have. We have Jug Grim, tried and tested, good damage. Axe kind of tanky overall, usually can survive the initial goes and able to reset decently. We have the Phoenix and the Axe combo with the Fire Spirits and the Battle Hunger. Very frustrating for supports to deal with. Top lane, I think this one's probably the most boring lane because it's into the lone druid, but maybe we'll see some bears die. I think that's the thing that I'm looking forward to. I think Viper and Tusk could definitely catch Matu off guard a little bit and maybe kill this El Doge some of the times.
Yeah, that's definitely the biggest outcome, right? It's like, okay, maybe they get a puppy kill, maybe they kill the bear, but unlikely they're going to kill Matuma Man himself unless they manage to get something real crazy. You know, I actually agree with Kyle on, I thought we were going to see more of the lone druid, considering some of the changes that happened to him. He got slight buff in 729B, but also 729, they gave him the shard that allows you to be able to always essentially cast Savage Roar, because if you only have to cast it on one of them, you yourself, your hero can be stunned or silenced, but if you cast it on the bear, Savage Roar will still go off on your hero.
Yeah, it's really strong. Applies that. There's so many little shards also that just give dispels now. I feel like there's just a billion dispels in the game that we are seeing, so it does have that too. I think though that Lone Druid is a very player-specific hero. It's tough to just be like, oh, you play Jug a lot? Okay, we're picking you Lone Druid. You're just gonna be comfortable. You need to just have a Lone Druid player.
Yeah. This bottom lane is certainly going to be the fun one here because it's a kill combo. The spin into the Inkswell. It doesn't do quite enough damage to be able to kill Zai, though. A lot of harassment damage going back to the Grimstroke, who also gets low. Zai, okay. Zai, whoa! Quickly gets rid of the Battle Hunger. Fortunately, the Stroke of Fate is a little bit shallow there, and Zai will keep his healing salve intact.
Insane regen trading coming down bottom. That's why YapzOr, he starts with 2 sets of tangos and a salve and fairy fires. Alliance is actually quite limited on their regen. They're going to really need these couriers to get out here quick, as that first go from Secret does burn quite a lot of theirs. Mid, Limp. Look at this, man. Limp is just crushing this matchup right now. Nisha will be getting this humongous pull under his tower here, but he's actually missing a couple of the last hits.
Yeah, we'll see Nisha get a little bit closer to Limp's score, but it's certainly Limp winning the trade-off so far and continuing to put pressure on Nisha, forcing him to constantly be morphing strength, making his attack damage worse, and therefore Limp more likely to be able to get last hits.
I might actually just stay watching. I don't think I'm gonna look top very often. This is a boring lane. They're just like pulling and stuff like that instead. I'm just gonna look in mid and bottom because Limp is looking for kills all the time too. He keeps forcing Nisha to just like even little taps.
Oh, did he get him? Did he get him? He got him. Oh, big kill. Limp solo first blood to Nisha.
And he's the way he's doing it too, like I'm so glad I was actually staring at this. He's threatening all the time. He's like walking up to him, like making him look like he's gonna avalanche, so Nisha keeps having to burn mana down, and then he waits for the split second that Nisha messes up. He gets the toss into Abba. Yeah, he can keep doing that too if Nisha isn't careful about how high or how low he does keep his HP.
He said this is going to be very lane-centric, and it does appear that Alliance is going to be making an early lead out of this, with Limp dominating mid so hard, but the side lanes are going well for them as well, as FNG, okay, you're going to get burned out here. Battle Hunger, Fire Spirits does enough damage.
Jug's still farming. I think the actual lane kind of changes where usually you want to go for kills as Jug Grimstroke, but when you're into these tanky like Axes, Centaurs and stuff, I think you just play to farm.
Yeah.
Every time you do use your spin aggressively, it feels like it does just get countered. He has to spin to remove hunger. He's limited on regen, but I'm sure FNG's got his back.
Thanks.
It does mean they're burning through a lot of regen, which means that the net worth difference may actually... Oh, no, it's not that too bad, actually.
It's okay. He still is a bit behind, though. That's for sure. They're having to use quite a lot of it versus this Axe, who he's got Ring of Health. He naturally builds toward Vanguard, so he won't have to spend all that money on consumables anymore. And Zai should be, for the most part, fine down here as long as he has YapzOr.
Good read by Nisha there, knowing that Limp was going to try and snipe his courier with the tree toss. Limp does take the bounty rune away from the secret side, so good read by him there, and maybe force him to another spin or just going to wait it out. Hop another healing salve. Man, he's really having to burn through that quite a lot. Poor FNG. All those salves, those are FNG salves, so...
And I think he's probably clicking on Nico Baby and being like, dude, you want stats? We need healing ward pretty bad in this lane, I think.
He spent 1,000 gold on consumables. I was going to say his net worth is lower than it is when you start the game.
Yeah, that's a little bit grim for this.
Snowball roll back. Puppy is going to be able to hop into tower range, so he's totally fine.
They're slowing down the Lone Druid a tiny bit here with the Viper. Viper doing a good job of applying that pressure, and he is going to rush the Urn. I actually like this quite a bit here on the Viper too. If he can go for Spirit Vessel early for the team, I think it would be great versus Lone Druid, versus Morphling, versus Phoenix.
I'll trust.
Really solid pickup if he's able to.
Trust JJ to let us know when a bear dies. I know we've got that stat usually prepared.
Yeah, we don't want to look at top lane anyway. Mid and bottom are the ones we want to be glancing at. They're the fun lanes.
Yeah. 6 minutes. Power runes and bounty runes. This is always like one of those big moments. Okay, the first power rune on the map. Who's going to get it? It is going to be top. Nisha gets an invis rune, which is good for him, but I feel like it's more important to deprive it from Limp.
Yes. I think all of the runes for Morphling don't feel nearly as beneficial compared to if Limp gets them. Limp just opens up the map for him. Is almost level 7, so he's going to have max avalanche. So his kill threat on the map is going to be quite high. Zai still can die. It's a little bit harder because obviously he has Vanguard, but he could even make moves onto this Axe lane with the Grimstroke.
Look at Zai being super efficient. Pulled, killed the easy camp, pulling again, now got to farm the medium camp, so he is getting free farm plus, as I like to call it. Snowball.
Gotta be efficient.
Dodges the roar. They manage to get the cookie back. Matumba Man's going to be okay here. They still have the shard, but it doesn't quite grab Matumba Man in it.
Oh, that was close. He's passing off the phase boots between himself and his hero quite a bit there, so he can get the move speed to just get away from it.
The dive to the wrong side. If they had gone left, they might have been able to get a lot more damage onto Nico Baby, but as a result, healing ward's back up, spins back up. He's going to be okay.
It's going to be a big axe they're going to have to deal with, though. Zai is going to have one hell of a game now after this laning phase, and still continuing to just annoy Nico Baby. Yapso will find the healing ward. He snipes it. He doesn't have dive, though.
He doesn't have... Okay, he's got him. Nico Baby's going to keep up with him. Does manage to get that kill. Well done.
Yapsor with a pretty big slip up. Just not expecting, I guess, that Nico Baby's just going to commit on him. But Nico Baby, this guy's all about the aggression.
Yeah, maybe it would have been more worth it if, like, Nico Baby was low, and yeah, maybe he gets a Phoenix kill, but Zai pushed them out of lane. But as it is, Nico Baby's healthy enough. He can stay in lane, no problem.
Yeah, that's a pretty big mistake. That catches the Jug fully back up. When he was having some trouble, he's actually 3,100 net worth compared to 3,200 of Axe. That's really solid for Nico Baby. Mid.
Pass, but he got off the strength morph. He's gonna be okay. Pressure applied, though.
He got the rune as well, too.
Yeah.
Limp's got a DD now, so anywhere he could definitely set up for a kill as top.
Ooh.
Just off the mark.
You can see Matumba Man, he thought he was going to get got there. Turns into his bear form. He's going to have to leave his Eldoge behind. And there it is. First bear kill. Thank you.
No one in charge, though, unfortunately. Too bad Spirit Bear doesn't give her. That would be lovely for S4.
That is true. It's always such a massive difference, like when Spectre goes like an early Urn, or any of these cores that go early Urn. If you get an early kill, like boom, your laning phase is set. But
this item is just so good. Like, mana regen is hard to come by unless you build Bassi early, it feels like. This is one of the other alternatives, because I've seen Falcon Blade kind of just disappear from most people's purchases lately, so I think this is one of the other solutions to have it. And I mean, he's the offlane, so it fits really nicely. And since they got this resummon, they're really actively pressuring. FNG up here too. They can leave their Jug alone, and Limp doing Limp things.
Yeah, makes the rotation on the bounty rune spawning. So if he doesn't get the bounty rune, he's gonna find a kill. Puppy
stacks.
They're going to be able to chase him down in the top lane. They turn around, get the Viper Strike onto Matumba Man's hero, but the Bear is doing a lot of damage to S4, especially with Puppy. Puppy didn't die. They didn't finish him off, and he turns around, gets a huge amount of damage onto the Viper, plus the minus armor, and that leads to him getting wiped out there. Oh, a little bit of an oversight there from Alliance. Ends up losing 2.
Hanskin goes for the +1, but yeah, doesn't finish off Puppy, so he gets the whole Shredder. However, Limp clears up a double stack, and now he finds a Fairy Trinket. The most fortunate pickup you can for the Tinies.
Was that the hard camp stack? Is that what that was?
Hard camp stack.
Okay.
Yeah, the one on the dire triangle right there where the camera is.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. And as a result, 4,800 net worth. He is top, whereas Axe, potentially could have farmed that. Is he in trouble? Oh, he is in trouble. Gets called up. Now he doesn't have spin any longer. He does have an Omni Slash and a healing ward he can drop, but it's going to be a fruitless attempt. No point in even trying.
He just got surrounded. He was trying to farm the hard camp, and they both just swung from both sides. As soon as he calls.
Nisha making a move here, but he's got to be careful. This Tusk, he's outputting a lot of damage with the tag team. He's trying to get himself out of here. He knocks him back. Does have launch charges here. Wait for him in a second, but it's not enough. They overwhelm him with all that damage. And I mean, that nether toxin damage was building up. He was just sitting in the swamp.
So much magic amp too. The poison attacks, he had 5 stacks on him. He just keeps beating on him and beating on him. And he's actually not going to rush the vessel. Okay, he's going to go for more of his own individual build so that he can keep growing. I actually like it. He's going to go Dragonlance. So I've seen Vipers in mid do this build. They do Dragonlance and BKB and stuff like that, but not from the off lane. This is a little bit of a different approach.
And there has been some talk about this Dragonlance because it got buffed. Right now it gives an extra 2 agility.
Yeah, got buffed up an extra 2. I think it went from 14 to 16.
Yeah, that is indeed what happened. So,
yeah, it's nice. And I mean, his effectiveness, you know, I think this is one of the cool things about Viper is in the past, Viper was a pretty hard counter to the Lone Druid when we used to play, when I was playing ages ago, because you can just always focus fire the bear really effectively. So I think S4 is trying to go for something like that. He's looking at what his heroes are going to accomplish. Like Limp's going to be able to shut down the effectiveness of the Morph a lot of the times. And then Viper's going to be able to deal with that Lone Druid a lot. And Jug can do his own. So I actually quite like it. We'll see if it ends up paying off for S4. But yeah, he's having an excellent start to this game. All 3 cores, killing it.
Does it also mean that you can man fight the bear underneath Nether Toxin? Does that disable all of the bear's passive abilities?
Yes, it should.
Okay. So no Entangle to worry about. It means you can defend towers better because he won't have the Demolish.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's a lot of interest. Despite some of the changes that have happened between both of these heroes, it remains a very credible counter.
Yeah, definitely. And if he does go for Spirit Vessel, right, it's going to be able to prevent the link, the healing coming between the two of them too pretty nicely. So yeah, it's going to be very valuable if this build-up does work for S4. As the bottom tower should die with this pressure, and that's going to enable Zai to get his blink. I say that. Look at what Zai's got queued up. He's got the meme axe queued ready.
Yeah, I've been seeing this. You get the shard and you get the manta, and he's actually gonna do it, the madman.
No way. I was like, oh, he's gonna buy blink for sure. He's just meme. He buys the Yasha.
Yeah, like you've got a Phoenix. Like a blink call is really important to make your team fight work. Man, this is...
I guess Zai wants to carry. You know, he's gonna go his manta shard build. He's like, all right.
Yeah.
Hop on.
I mean, this build is insane.
Interesting, but yeah, I don't know. That seems really weird when you have Phoenix. Absolutely. Like, he's gonna not be able to save a lot of the times those eggs versus Jug. It's like, not to.
Yeah, he got the Savage Roar off and will protect himself.
Yep, so we're gonna place a ward to defend Matu, but I think that's gonna get quickly dewarded by FNG.
Zai, meanwhile, takes over the top lane, so they're not going to be trading out side lane towers, at least not yet.
I wonder if they see it now, too. Like, he showed himself top. They probably think, dude, Axe has a Yasha.
Yeah. All right, so for those of you guys who haven't seen this build, basically, he goes Manta, his illusions can spin. He gets the shard as well, which allows them to proc on attacks. And then also increases, proc chance and stuff like that. And it basically means when he gets a call off and he pops Manta, the damage can be insane, especially if you're actually drawing aggro from any other creeps or any other heroes and stuff. Like, it just becomes a spinning ballerina dance that is constantly outputting damage.
And it's pure, so it's always a relevant damage source as the game does progress. Let's see if it ends up working out. I think it could end up hurting them maybe a little bit because of not being able to cover Phoenix, but they are playing the farm game. They are just kind of like splitting up right now. Everybody on Secret feeling the pressure from Alliance right now. They're just chilling out in the jungle.
Yeah.
So Alliance, Limp, he's going to start looking for these constant frags, him and FNG.
And another reason you go Manta if you want to go this build first is because you're able to use the illusions to, you can just run an illusion down a lane. And you can clear out lanes without having to actually put a hero in threat.
Top tower is under attack.
I'm going to be so surprised if this one does work.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
I mean, the first time we see an egg die, it's going to be like, all right, Zai, that's on you.
Yeah, but they're literally all playing farm. Like YapzOr is now just running into jungle. He's hitting jungle. Kempsy's stacking. Lone Druid's hitting jungle. Puppy's like stacking and running around, kind of sitting behind Nisha. They're just trying to play it out to farm. So maybe that's the plan. But
do you think that's bad for Alliance? Because on panel they were talking about the fact like, okay, their early game, their momentum, Secret has the better late game.
I guess so, right? Like I did feel like Nico Baby was gonna have trouble in the last game carrying though as Lifestealer, and he ended up just putting the team on his shoulders as so. I'm not sure.
Jump in, catching YapzOr, they blow him up. Is he trying to get some ward down in the triangle or something? That is a scary place to be.
I'm not sure. Maybe farming in a super aggressive place. I don't know. They're all just trying to farm. We'll find FNG bottom though. He's pushed out too far versus Matu.
Yeah, that Inkswell, it requires heroes to be in the AoE, and it looks like the hero bear doesn't count, so no stun.
I mean, it's actually kind of working. The farm, just playing this farm style. They're starting to get net worth advantage slowly but surely. Zai, they did get the D ward on the high ground initially. We did see FNG get down, but another sneaky ward was placed. So it doesn't watch S4 and Lim trying to set up on mid. So Nisha will be safe.
You see Zai spotted those two, and now he's using his invis to go into the triangle. I'm
they saw the stack.
His invis is going to run out. He's immediately going to be spotted here by Nico Baby. He's going to try and farm the stack that YapzOr scattered out earlier, and he's going to commit heavily. He's doing a lot of damage back to Nico Baby, but so many of Alliance are going to be able to close in on him. He takes some of the stack. I don't know how much.
I saw at least 2 creeps at the end. I saw the dark green gold come up.
Is under attack.
He got some of it though, but they swing over, they kill him, and they insta-smoke. I love that they insta-smoke too. Just look for the next kill. Don't let Secret play like this.
No.
You have to start looking for it. The Secret's literally just splitting up. Everyone's showing in a different lane. So Alliance, they do have to start hunting these heroes because farm is working a little bit for Secret here.
Yeah, I mean, there's no counter initiation with no Blink Dagger Axe. So, like, theoretically, the heroes that you go on, it's not like there's going to be a massive play. Like, the Phoenix Egg is maybe going to be out there, but you don't have the Axe necessarily to cover that, especially if you get the kill on YapzOr right away, which they do, thanks to the Inkswell, thanks to the throw of the tree. They catch YapzOr. They can keep this.
Yeah, keep these two going. I think Limp and FNG just handhold for the next, like, honestly, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Keep making space for Nico Baby. Maybe Hanskin can join if he'd like to. Hanskin can do kind of whatever he wants. But yeah, I want to see these two bruisers just sticking together. They can just keep getting these kills and Secret just fully split up.
6,600 net worth. Wait, what's that? Okay, we're back inside the game as the mid lane engagement. Zai is going to be quite low. Looks like he's going to be dying as Stroke runs him over. Nisha is trying to morph into strength. Hanskin, he gets caught inside the river, but oh no, he DC'd. He's got no waveform. He does have wand charges, and I'm not sure how many more Omni/hits we have going on, but he's got Earn on him. He's got 5 stacks of the poison attack on him as well, so he's taking a lot of magic damage right now.
Yeah, YapzOr's gonna have to about to egg 2 in a second, and that means the Nico Baby's gonna be able to get out of this with spin and focus fire the egg if it does come down. He has half duration left on Omni/, so about 1.5 seconds left on it. I think, is there a Phantom flying out too? I can't even see inside of all this. I don't think there's a Phantom.
Yeah, it's cooldown 28 seconds, cooldown, so yeah, it looks like it already died.
All right, let's see if the stick ends up saving Nisha. S4 is gonna be able to just keep popping on him.
Yeah, and he's got spin immediately afterwards. I think you said that. So it's, I mean, YapzOr feels like he's going to have to get off the egg almost right away.
Yeah, and then he's probably going to die. Let's see.
All right, egg goes out. The Omni/, then in turn goes on to Nisha. Now they're going to be able to kill the egg as well. Oh, dear. The bear going in on FNG, but the bear, he's got to run, keep running. It's got a haste run. Okay, that's why he threw it in.
I was about to say, what the Matu just suicided his bear, but yeah, haste will keep it alive. But Alliance, they turn up with everything. They bring the fight to Anisha. Bit of an unfortunate DC, but he was looking to be in a bit of a tough spot anyway.
Yeah, great fight for Alliance. I mean, you said keep it going, and they do.
They have Echo Saber now on Limp. Nico Baby after finishing Battle Fury. If you look, by the way, he's got
has fallen.
Does he have a lot of points saved up? Right? He's got 2 points in stats.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, no, he's got those points. I was trying to I'm like, wait, is he missing something? He does have an excellent game for himself as he shows up to a fight with Battle Fury and gets himself some nice cleanup kills. So that's pretty huge for Alliance here. Is continuing this growth, and I mean, Secret, they're still just going for Manta on X, so.
Maelstrom now complete for the lone shoot. So with this whole Manta X thing, like in your mind, what is Secret's game plan here? How are they wanting to play this match out?
Wait till like 30 minutes, honestly. Just wait till everybody's got 1 or 2 items finished up so that they can actually fight. Like Nisha needs Manta. Matu, he can probably start fighting. Yapster almost has his item. They probably just are waiting just for these 1 or 2 big items. So close.
Oh, that would have been a massive kill. S4 TP's away with just frames to go before he would have been stopping that TP. That was crazy. 18 minutes. They're going to go in on Tanisha here. They have the combination of the Tiny. They also have the Inkswell. He's hopped over. Cookie saves him a little bit more, and it's enough to be able to morph strength from there. So Alliance do not continue their pursuit.
That was real close. That Cookie probably saving him actually from the positioning. Very, very close. Hanskin, like I said, he's got this is like the freest 4 game ever. You don't even have to play with your team. He's just farming. He's leveling up shards. He's got Falcon Blade, going for the Blink Dagger next. This is actually such a nice game for Tusk to just chill on the side.
So we're kind of expecting Secret to just be playing dodge mode in some ways. I mean, I think in some ways, Nisha is actually like, this is kind of according to plan, right? If they keep on going on him but never killing him, it means Zai is doing this. Oh, he's got to kill the creep. He's got to kill the creep. Oh, no, he doesn't kill it now. S4 is here. He's going to pop his Manta and try TP away. Oh, no, he doesn't have Soulbind. Great play from FNG. He Soulbinds the illusion to get the extra catch over onto the hero of Zai, and that will stop the TP and punish Zai's aggression.
Oh, that's beautiful. And he's got salves from his shovel, so Hanskin's a little bit of HP he's missing. He's got to heal him up. Bots already from S4 paying off massively.
Jumping forward. They tried to catch him with the Cookie. What happened to the creep?
It died. I think the Battlefield creep killed it before it actually got into range.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, neat.
Cheeky little move. They tried to catch Nico Baby unawares, put a little damage on him. Not quite enough, though.
So Nisha's got his item timing. He's got the Manta. Yapsor's near got Aeon Disc. So Secret's starting to hit these timings, but Alliance, I mean, they're very happy with the state of the game right now. This Jug, Battlefield Yasha, going for S and Y too. Literally like no pressure on Nico Baby after laning start. Still feeling pretty damn good.
Are you committing to the shard if you're Zai here? Because he's got Shard and Blink Dagger queued up, and 20 minutes is about to hit. They're going to jump on Nisha again. This time, they got him? No, he's already morphed into Strength, and he does have the Manta, so it's very easy for him to get rid of that Phantom and jump away.
Cap, I mean, he's committed for the Manta, so I'm assuming he's going to come in. He's got to come in Shard. Right? Like,
yeah.
Shard now, then. He's not buying it, though.
Okay, there it goes. All right.
Okay, so they've all got the 1 item that they do want on their cores at least.
Limp continues his rampage, but is he going to be caught here? Nisha turning into the Tiny and tosses him back into Zai. Zai hits the call, pops the Manta, and there's your damage. Limp, he's been doing a good job, but that unfortunately gives a mega kill streak away to Secret. Fortunately goes to Puppy, though.
And Secret's farm game. This time, Limp, yeah, he does fall for it. 5-1 and 3. That one first death. Gonna slow him down a bit. 30 seconds now where Secret probably feels like there's not anything that Alliance can do on the map. So they're probably gonna look for some other play here with Zai and with Puppy. Hanskin, he's waiting for that play though. He's got the blink, he's sitting in mid. He's probably waiting for a blink call, honestly, on Hanskin at some point. And he's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Blink to counteract Axe, but Axe doesn't have a blink. So
yeah, I was like, Zai gonna make some moves here? No, Zai's not gonna do that at all. Zai is focused on farming. Do you think this is a style that is specifically against Alliance, or do you think it's more about the draft? Or like, what do you think this is?
I think it's more so just about Secret's draft. I think they've recognized how greedy they've gone with the Lone Druid Morphling as these 2 cores. And they just feel like they have to just do whatever they can to stall the game out for these 2 to get online. So I guess that's what Zai's mentality much, because he's now just cutting waves. Manta goes bottom, he actually misses half the wave. 1 Manta goes mid, he'll cut it. So it's just going to keep slowing down the attempts of aggression from Alliance, just from having these waves pushed in.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Illusion just goes ahead and cuts the wave. Nisha and Puppy, meanwhile, are backdooring the tower. It's going to force a move out of Alliance. If they catch Nisha, great. Nisha's going to go back in for it. Nisha, are you insane? More strength. It's not going to be enough. He's going to... No, Manta, wait for him away. TPing out. Oh, Soulbind's going to stop that one. They just need a little bit of damage. Surely Nisha is now dead. The Soulbind actually hops over to Puppy for a second there. TP out is going to be denied. Matama Man's bear also dying. And double damage with a Roshan time?
Oh, that's fortunate with tag team as well. Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Good timing here for Alliance. 30 seconds, no more. Secret can't contest. Zai will continue just sitting in this jungle spot here, sending Mantis to cut the illusions though, so he'll have, he's meant to lose to cut the waves. So he'll still get Blink at a good time, but Alliance hit back hard here.
They certainly do.
Top tower is under
Can't believe
attack.
Nisha showed. I'm still so shocked that he actually showed himself again.
Dude, hitting the tower once, that was a cheeky move. They're actually going to try and do something here. Puppy just dropping some bombs, the Force Staff. We'll get him away from Limp. Matama Man catches Bamatu in trouble with the Omni Slash on him. That wasn't worth the Grimstroke kill at all.
No, he was microing the bear. He actually stood still for like a second and a half on his hero, and that's when Nico Baby just charges at him. Phase boot S and Y, easy catch up. And he still had, I think he still had tail end of the DD too to finish him off, so. Oh boy. Now Secret, okay, they've got a way to make plays. So Zai has a Blink Dagger. So now maybe he can set some stuff up because everything's just been Alliance so far, just making all these constant plays.
Smoke breaks there on Puppy. Makes the call, pops the Manta. Single hero, it is going to be enough. They chop him down and use that movement speed to reset. They actually pop the Supernova here. They're tossing him back in. They're going to go for this. What for the call? It actually saves the egg and it explodes. And now Nico Baby, he's still got the Aegis, so it's not like Secret can really get on the offensive here. They've got to just reset.
That was such a risky egg still. I know he had Zai next to him, but even then, like the back hero is like, what if FNG hits it once or twice? Like that was very, very risky coming out from Yapzor.
Yeah.
Tower's still alive, so they do get the kill, but they can't turn it into an objective just yet for more information. But I mean, this Axe is so farmed. This Manta really is starting to enable him to be this really scary damage-dealing core.
You see, Hanskin also is going to go a shard hit. This one gives him the Frozen Sigil. Do you think that's more about the team fight? Do you think about that's more about information?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Maybe not feeling like he can what other item he should go for to just buff up. Because they already have the Shoulder Crest.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Oh, it's definitely interesting.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, because like I'm never, I'm always kind of a fan of like getting both the Solar and a Medallion. He could go more damage on his toss, so his burst feels a little bit better against Morphling. There's options there, but the shard is his choice.
Or just even getting some normal, just your normal items, your normal support items that you see, your Glimmers, your Force, etc. No,
yeah.
Let's see. The moving speed slow is very high. That is one thing. It allows you to chase pretty crazy. 40% is ridiculous. And it's another thing that they will have to deal with in the fight, so hey, maybe it'll be a little bit of X factor that helps the Juggernaut chase these extra targets, so.
X shows up the lane. Spin. The creep wave's dead. Lions don't really care too much about that as they're currently hitting a tier 2 bottom lane. And they can actually trade off here. What's going on the other side of the map? Secret doing enough to be able to take that tier 2. They're going to mass TP back. I guess we'll have to see. They need a little bit more.
Fighting this.
Yeah, they're going to fight this. Nico Baby leading. He's just trying to get information. Goes out, throws a spin. Secret backing up now.
Limp still smoked on the sidelines.
Yeah, he can cut him off potentially. Oh, found a double damage too. Bottles that one. Saves it for a rainy day.
And Secret just go and avoid the fight, as they have been for the most part of this game. Limp though.
Spot's eye.
Finds a big one.
A hero that is a bit hard to be able to one-shot, especially since Puppy's there with the extra assist in the Force Staff.
Nisha leaves behind some illusions top to keep pushing in the lane, so Nico Baby has to swing over and solve the problem of that lane really quickly. Secret? Maybe thinking about going for maybe some smoke play here. They don't have any big timing. Any other one? I think the E-Blade is done in a second on Nisha, so maybe wait for that as Puppy.
Oh, the last shot, the last 2 shots, one more, and it got him. Man, that was a long-range hit from Viper, that second one.
Dude, the Grove Bow plus Dragonlance, man. It's no joke.
Seriously. What's his attack range up to now?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's 900, what, 15?
Yeah. Man, that's actually, I thought it was only 870. I didn't know it was an extra 45 on top. Oh, wow. Okay. I was gonna say 870 right off the bat because I thought that was one of the ones that I had in my head, but nope, it's even further. And now Limp, he has BKB, so he's a lot more survivable.
Tower has fallen.
It's still very close. Like, this net worth has just stayed constantly even. Alliance is ahead in experience, though, quite significantly because of this map control that they've had for the most part of the game.
So look at the sigil. It's slowing down the bear a lot. The call is actually going to be able to go off, and oh my god, Onskin, he just gets deleted almost immediately. The bear is still going to die. Limp is forced to use his BKB here. The sigil still keeping the chase up. Nico Baby's going to be running down the two supports here. Puppy, he's going to be the first to go down. Zai's just being poked at by S4 right now. Matamba Man, his bear coming back into play here. He's going to stall up S4, hoping to be able to keep his axe alive. Bouncing around is the Omni Slash and sticks onto the illusions, unfortunately. Real one. Morphling on the run here, low on mana, doesn't have a way out of this one. He's just going to be slowly burned down unless Matamba Man can somehow save him. Maybe Absol as well. He's got enough to be able to jump out with waveform. Call going in now with the egg on the side here. Oh dear, Zai, he actually gets the call and he runs away. He's still alive through all of this one. Nico Baby, he charges in with the Angst 12, but that's just an Aeon disc on Yapsor. He's going to continue to slow down Nico Baby. Zai, he meets him around the corner, says, "Are you looking for me, punk?"
And that's all. Zai lives throughout the whole thing. He's the one who was getting gone on with the sigil at the start. I think Yapsor actually heals him up to full with the Sunray so that he can re-go with his team and join up. And Alliance just gets totally separated in this fight.
I mean, what a huge difference if S4 is able to finish off Zai in that fight.
Yep.
Then, you know, that Culling Blade that finishes off, like, there's so many things that don't happen in that engagement, but
Radiant's middle tower has
now
fallen.
Secret, like they were talking about it. What did they call it? The Bulba coefficient or whatever. I mean, they said basically the Secrets, they only need to win a certain number of fights to really swing this game heavily in their favor. And you could see just one fight like that, and all of a sudden it feels like Secret just, they took over the map. They were spread out everywhere.
Yeah. And now, like, the axe build has really paid off. Like, him being that much tankier because of, like, Mantha and stuff. It's all these little things that really add up to make him survive. Yeah, now these three cores, extremely strong. Still a window, for sure, for Alliance. This Juggernaut is still unbelievably farmed, so that next Roche is probably going to be the next biggest thing. Limp has to be careful. This Tiny is going to be really important. Him and S4 have to watch their positioning in the next fight.
Yeah. I mean, the Alliance is definitely not in a worse spot than they were last game when they were 9,000 net worth down against Secret, right? Or do you feel like it's kind of close?
It's kind of close. Last game, they did have the big team fight. That's the one thing. Like, they had this humongous team fight with the Warlock and the Mars. This time, they don't really have team fight. It's actually Secret who does have the team fight. So I'd say this one maybe feels a little bit worse.
Thank you, JJ, for the mean number. 322 gold have been given away by Axe Illusions. Now, we want a real stat. I want to know how much gold those illusions have farmed for Zai as he's been spreading them out all over the map.
Well, now you're definitely gonna make his life miserable.
I know. I know that was something that there's no way he has access to, but you know, I gotta ask. 4-man smoke up from Team Secret. Well, Nisha is not in the smoke. The bear by itself is going to be pushing in the mid lane. Oh, they get to jump in. They're going to try and blow up Nico Baby. They beat him. Oh, they didn't get him in the snowball fast enough. Hanskin tried to get the save. Now the shard that Nisha threw out blocked in S4, and he doesn't actually manage to kill him. S4 successfully TPs out, but Hanskin, surely he's going to be run down. It's just a call and a Culling Blade at this point. Nico Baby plays the outskirts of the fight. He knows he can't just charge in on his second life. Alliance, they can't really do this right now. S4, did he TP to the side lane with his boots of travel? That was wild. Oh no. Now he's still caught. It was a brilliant TP away by him, but he didn't TP home, so.
Oh, Nico Baby, he bought back because he died. He wanted to join back for the fight, but now it's, you know, one death from them just losing the game on him. And as Nisha with the E-Blade and the Nether Shawl, of course, he didn't put that away all and go that he did get that one. They have enough burst just with the call and the extra little damage from spins. It's enough. And he does have a ceremonial rope, so even more magic amp that did come out. It was enough. And that's top net worth Jug now slowly getting pierced down. Now Axe almost going to surpass him.
All of a sudden, Secret Looks like they're going to take a lane of barracks because Alliance are having a hard enough time taking team fights right now. With the Viper still being dead, it seems like there is no way to win this engagement. So they're just going to have to give up a lane of barracks, wait until a better opportunity presents itself. The bear actually does die to Swift Slash here, and maybe Axe is going to be slowed down. They're going to use the real Omni Slash. Zion's going to tank through it, and they need a little bit more, but he's given the hook cookie, and they still have Force Staffs to get him out as well. Omni Slash used. Alliance still posturing very aggressively here, but
Nico Baby's still chasing forward.
Yeah.
Axe is low, so he does know that, so that he is a little bit more survivable because of this, but man, even the Omni Slash now again not being successful. The Axe too tanky. That's a long cooldown, 140 seconds.
Can they do this?
They need it. I feel like if they don't get the rush, they just lose the game. That's the scary thing.
Yeah.
But, okay,
Supernova is back up.
Axe BKB still cooldown.
Okay. The top of man, he's going to use his bear to scout the high ground. They reveal that Alliance is up there. The cookie's going to be given to the bear, but the bear is tossed right back in. They know this is the second bear up the low druid, but oh no! Lip, he took so much magic damage there. Zai goes in with a big two-man call. FNG and Hanskin, they're ripped through. S4, a BKB, TP out. The call, the damage, the physical damage is enough. It's not the call. The culling blade of Zai that will stop that TP. 3 down on the side of Alliance, and they will have to give up on that road shot.
They had to. It was either get the successful fight or take the rush, and they can't take the fight. They were trying to go for the bear because it was the only bear from Matu, but I think they all in too hard on that. Zai gets an opportunity where he sees both supports. They're able to just get a perfect fight again. Coming off cooldown.
The shard is going to be given over to Yavsor, so now that egg, which is already hard to deal with, becomes even more potent.
Sunray during egg. Yep.
Yeah.
Unbelievable shard as well. No longer having to wait for 20 talent. He does hit 20 anyway at the same time as it. So he would have had it at the old patches too, but yeah, this shard is very powerful. I can't believe it actually slows too. I don't know why it has an extra component.
Yeah.
A lot of them do have just extra components on top, it feels like. They're just like, this shard doesn't feel strong enough. Let's add an extra thing on top of the extra thing.
Yeah, no, I think Kyle was right. They need to, they keep on buffing all these shards. They need to increase the cost now of the shard, because it feels like a lot of these things are almost too gold efficient.
And Secret, they just have such a good window now. Even the Phoenix surpassing the Viper, soon to surpass the Tiny. The farm game has really worked for them. Alliance with just 1 or 2 slip-ups this game, it's really snowballed out of control.
Certainly has.
They're kind of just trapped too now. Like Limpy's far outside, but the rest of them are just trapped inside the base. Nico Baby, still 3 minutes left on buyback, so he knows like if he goes outside, he gets picked, the game just ends.
Yeah, and look at the lanes being pushed in, being cut not by a hero, but by the illusions of Zai. So Secret's still able to maintain like this 4-man stance over the triangle while exerting pressure on the map.
I hope you guys enjoy no blink axes in your pubs. You're probably gonna get that now.
Yeah.
You're gonna get well, you'll get blink eventually, but not till after 20-minute mark when the shard comes out. They're making it work. They really are. Like just like the creep cutting, the buying, the time. It's exactly what they wanted this game state to get to.
Yeah. It's really cool that the stat buildup for this Axe as well is made even better because he's got a Phoenix, right? Because then the Sunray comes in. The healing is more effective. He feels more effective because he's able to keep his HP up and continue his chase. It's a nice bit of synergy they put together for these drafts. That's kind of to be expected from the 2 top teams of the Western European DPC Season 2. And Season 1, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, this time, yeah, Greed really paying off. Matu, almost MKB. They're starting to get some pretty big luxury items on the side of Secret. Still have Aegis for 2.5 minutes. They're just keeping Alliance in the grids. Putting the chokehold on. Nico Baby knows. Queues up Rapier. He knows that's the only hope for them now to have a comeback in the game.
All right. Scotty, Rapier, if Alliance are going to be able to do something with that window, they got to hold out for like solid 5 to 8 minutes while Nico Baby is given all the farm that drifts in. Any of it, it's all Nico Babies at this point because needs all of it to get as quick to that Divine Rapier as possible.
Yeah, and they can't even get out to farm their tier 4 neutral items as they're about to start dropping. Look at the ward coverage from Secret. There's wards and sentries blanketed on the outside, so FNG can't even get them much vision. Look at that one ward. They have that one obs ward, kind of looking at like nothing for Alliance. They can't get a different ward out because it's just blanketed.
Yeah, yep.
Did I see that right? Illusionist cape? Did they get one on Axe?
Oh no.
I definitely saw someone get an Illusionist cape.
Let's see, we're checking it out. Yep, that's Secret. It's sitting inside the shop right now, so Zai can...
He doesn't want it. He actually goes for Octarine, and he takes the Stormcrafter.
Okay.
All right, well, look at the Axe... Okay, now look at the call cooldown. So with the shard...
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is
it
under
actually
attack.
is pretty crazy how low it is.
Yep, 7.5 seconds. First bear does go down, but Zai is going to be able to get this nice call onto the Viper. S4 taking a lot of damage. The Omni Slash going back over to Zai. He used the Stormcraft to survive a little bit longer. The Cookie, it's not going to be able to save him. Nico Baby, he sees his opportunity, but the shard, it's blocking him, and he's not able to chase after Puppey. Meanwhile, they're losing their top lane of Barracks. Alliance, they got to put a stop to this one, but the toss back, it missed. Morphling able to waveform away, and a creep is tossed back instead.
Radiant's bottom tower is
All right,
under
well,
attack.
it's 70 seconds.
Dude, his illusions are still going to take... They didn't stop this. The Lotus Orb stops the Switch Slasher going in. The range barracks is taken by the illusions in the top lane, but meanwhile, Nisha, he's getting in there right now. He's already killed FNG. He doesn't care about this life. His Aegis was just about to expire, so he says, thank you very much. Fresh life. Let's see if he survives, though. Toss up almost instantly. The Inkswell is not going to be enough. Nisha pops his BKB, and he's going away while Matama Man continues the rat. The tier 3 is being ripped apart, but he's actually going to pull it back now. So a second lane of barracks down. Alliance take like an okay fight. They get a little bit out of it, but that's the last fight like that can happen. Otherwise, they're going to be matched up against Megas.
Yeah, it's a forced fight. Like, they have to go for these type of chase plays. As soon as they kill Zai, who, you know, buying out a full Octarine, maybe a bit greedy from him, does spend his whole gold and just gets focused by the Omni. Those have to be a little more careful future scenarios. But yeah, Alliance, they have to chase out to try to find anything else, and they can only find really the Snapfire and that Aegis. Any neutral items they've gotten yet? They got a Ceremonial Robe now. Oh, they did get at least one of those tier 3s that they were missing, and they do find a Spell Prism now.
Well, if one Supernova is hard to deal with, a second one is going to be even worse. Hanskin spotted by the illusions, and the real Nisha shows up to collect the kill with the double damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Now
attack.
he's got the waveform charges thanks to his 25 talents.
Oh no! Oh no! Nico Baby.
Nico Baby.
He was in the glyph. They glyphed the creep wave, and Nico Baby's just left there trying to kill the creep because he knows if they complete this TP, then he can't get back home. And if he can't get back home, then they could be faced up against Megas. And Nico Baby, even worse, may just be dying out here as Matama Man TP'd over. They're going to use the Omni Slash. Matama Man's actually a little bit low. He does. Oh, he actually gets him. Nico Baby is now going to try and chase down Zai as well. If they hold down this bottom lane, this could be fantastic. But look at Zai. He's not going to let Nico Baby get back to base. Nisha, he's tearing apart these buildings. He's going to tank it all. He says, go team, go. Get the Megas. Flicker, Swift Flash over Manta, and eventually Nico Baby gets the double kill, but the damage has been done. Megas has been achieved for Secret.
He's got the goal for the Rapier. They got 1,600 for killing Zai. So, all right, let's see if he can make some real miracles happen now.
Okay, Nico Baby. Hey, the door shuts.
With him.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Door shuts and the window opens. Nico Baby's got a different kind of opportunity now. The Megas may be up with a Divine Rapier in his hand with no buyback on Zai. Alliance can't just go for the win here, or something close to it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, just it really is a straight down mid. If once the Megas hit your base versus Londra and stuff, you know it's gonna happen. They're gonna be able to just split push you. So
and is protecting him. They are gonna stop him from being able to jump away. Punch and refresher, but he's silenced up right now. They're gonna make sure he goes down, and he's not gonna be able to Stormcrafter into the egg. But the egg is gonna get burst down so quickly. It quickly falls. Hanskin, he almost gets taken apart, but the snowball over onto Puppy. Lotus Orb is going to bounce it right back. He's going to be chasing after Puppy. And if anything, Hanskin might be in trouble here. But Nico Baby, he's going for Nisha right now. Nisha turns around. He pops the E-Blade. He turns into a Tiny as well just to try and keep this Juggernaut away from him. His damage is immense. He is something to be feared right now.
The creeps are all gone.
The creeps are gone. Oh no.
There's a DD. Oh, Rosh is going to spawn right away though, actually. It's an instant spawn.
Oh my goodness.
This is the blessing for Alliance, so they can do that.
Gaben says you get one more shot, Alliance. You get one more shot.
They're waiting. They have to scan. They're a little scared of Zai still. Careful so he doesn't get any type of steal. But they have to commit. Like, this is your only win condition, your only win window.
They're actually, okay, I mean, a buyback has been used. They're going to go for the call, but they didn't actually do the Roshan. They were waiting and waiting and waiting, and they take down Zai. As a result, he doesn't have a buyback. They're going to get Aegis, an Aghanim Scepter, a Cheese. Nico Baby, he is flush right now. He is full. He guards, and he's ready to go. They're ready to run at the base. They just got to get outside of their own base. That's the problem.
What a waste.
He actually, so he takes the blessing. So now his own Aghanims, he can just sell it, I guess. Or
yeah.
I don't know what he's going to do with it. It doesn't matter. But oh my God, they actually might have a window here with this rapier. They've swung it completely. He's queuing up the second rapier too.
The backup rapier. Okay. I mean, you sell that Aghanim Scepter. You could go ahead and maybe almost sell those boots or put it back into your backpack. Buy the second Divine Rapier. I mean, flat out damage when you've got the Swiss Slash and the Aghanim Scepter. We see that again. Nico Baby wasn't hitting Roshan. He was baiting Zai into jumping into the pit.
I mean, I love it. Like Zai honestly purchasing the Octarine may have been a bit of a blunder if they do end up dropping this game somehow, because those back-to-back, that's costing.
30 seconds. They've got to stall for 30 seconds for Zai to be able to come back up. The Sunray's burning. Oh, Hanskin. He's taking way too much damage, and now he's going to be heading deep inside the base. Nico Baby tries to help him out where he can, but Hanskin's dead, and he has no buyback. A 4 versus 4 is going to turn into a 4 versus 5, and Alliance is looking like they have to retreat now. Nisha poking at it, but a Soulbind is going to go on to him and the Bear. The Lotus Orb is protecting against the Swiss Slash. It's going to be able to break the Soulbind, but the Nico Baby is making his way into the back line there. But now Nisha is dishing out the damage. He's stuck inside the Supernova. He's dead. 1 life down. Puts the Aghanim Scepter into his backpack. He needs every bit of help he can get because the Sunrise there. He's been feared up. He may be called as well. Zai's going to make sure he doesn't go anywhere. The jump over the Swiss Slash, but he's dead. Calling Blade. Divine Rapier on the ground. Secret. They hold out against Alliance, and that is pretty much it. They may have buybacks, but they don't have Divine Rapiers. Secret. There was a moment there. There was a possibility. But they hold true.
And we're still seeing, like, honestly, like, the perseverance from Alliance, even in this game when it just starts going absolutely crazy.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. You don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. Days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And now we have the best last times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. You say I make you nervous, a tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning. You wonder how I got this way.